Digital deceiver shadows lie in the mix. White socks. We don't chase clout, we chase truth. Now let's go. Good morning, everyone. How are we on this Friday morning? Yes, White Sox, I see you, buddy. He's already here, ready to do his part. I have missed you all. Thank you for returning with me. Thank you for your patience and your understanding. Somebody said under the comments, life be lifing, and it was definitely lifing for me. They missed you, buddy. Kira didn't miss him, though. Trust me. Thank you. I appreciate all of the kind words, the messages, everything. You guys have no idea how much I missed y'all, miss doing this. But sometimes you just got to deal with real life as it comes. And child, I know I missed a lot. Now, let me be clear that, hold on one. The people who are on this grid are not the only people I plan on talking about today. I missed you too, Granny Annie. Please, if you are a member of the team, hit the Daily Heart Me. If you are not, stick around. If you like what you hear, please hit the Daily Heart Me. Gifts are appreciated, but not expected. I would do this regardless. To request that you like the live until you feel the heart's tail every time I change a photo, and then take a break. If you'd like to tap after that, again, it's appreciated. I do not care about the number at the end. I only care about being able to maintain the live and to end up on the For You feed so that we can introduce these people to new people so they learn the red flags and they don't get taken advantage of. Because I swear to you, it almost doesn't matter who it is that comes live or the circumstances by which they come live. There is somebody out there kind-hearted enough or suckered enough to give them some money. And what we are, and I've been saying it for the last few days, we are creating monsters. We are creating a space where they feel like they not only need it, but they deserve it for being on a camera that they could turn off at any time and go find money elsewhere. But now we should feel privileged that they are showing themselves to us and therefore are deserving. And so as long as that becomes the attitude, I'm going to be here. Because what? And what also irks my nerves so much about it is that there's a homeless person in their community that they wouldn't look at twice. There are children in their community who are hungry that they wouldn't look at twice. There are actual disabled individuals that could use a meal. And yet they're going to send their money to an able-bodied adult, no children or sometimes with children, and they're not even taking care of their children. So as long as they exist, so will I. So on the grid today, this was the grid that was created before last night. We have Cakes, or as many of us know, Veronica, Tim and Angela, because they try to pretend like they don't do exactly what I say they're going to do. They do it every time. Tia Monet, because, her live yesterday set me off. Kim Raya, because we all know how I feel about her and her nonsense. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Faith for Security. I should just call her the refrigerator lady, or Queen Peaches, as she refers to herself. Christina Test. I don't even know how she has more than 5 people in her live. And yet she got people sending her money. I intend to have an open mic today. There was a little bit of an illumination for me the other day. I was in a live with Terrible Decision, and she was telling me about people she'd like for me to cover. And I thought, why not have an open mic where people can tell me if there's somebody they'd like for me to cover? Now, that doesn't have to be the only thing that takes place on open mic, but think about it. Now, understand, I'm not covering Lori Jones. Can't do it. Austin to Margot, I struggle. I don't know if I could do it. Struggle, brother. There are people I cannot do. Just can't. But if there's somebody new out there that people aren't tracking, let me know. And then we have Alexander Girth. I'm not even going to give a preview to that. Now, I need to, like I said, first of all, let me say this. If you are easily offended, go ahead and scroll out. Because there are things that have happened that I will greatly acknowledge, but I'm going to always call a spade, period, point blank. Maggie is now giving advice to beggars. She's been doing that for a while. If you're easily offended, please scroll out, because I'm just going to keep a spade. Regardless. And if you've never heard Spicy Digital, you might hear her this morning. Keeping it all the way a buck. Hold on. Let me put a little bit on my lips so that I can keep slapping. Nothing better than Vaseline. Okay. I'm going to start with somebody who's not on the grid. Good morning to my mods, and thank you guys for holding everything down. I appreciate you. You love Spicy Digital? Okay. Good morning, Sherry. I think I saw Disturbed One. Granny Annie. Miss Coffee, if you're here. Miss Peaches, if you're here. All of you. Did I forget anybody? I think I forgot somebody. Oh, forgive me. My brain is all over the place. So, last night, Cody was live, and she's been live lately, I've noticed. And last night, first of all, she's nodding out. Now, she says it's from sleep. I have no proof that it's anything else. But if you are falling asleep on your live, why not just end it? You've already said everything you were going to say. And then she keeps saying, let me go because people are going to say something because my eyes are closing. And then she's like, I just closed my eyes because my eyes are hurting. They're tired. Then go to bed. Go to bed. I don't understand. I also don't understand how people are asleep and people are still in the live. Like, what are you watching for? You want to hear them snore? You want to see if they jump? Like, what? Social media and the need to be live is disturbing at this point. There are things that we would have never shown in a public forum if you paid us to. And these people are doing it for free. And then they want to say, but you can't judge me. If you put something out in the public domain, you might as well just anticipate that someone is going to have a comment about it. If there's something about your life that you don't want people to comment on, don't put it out there. So she's nodding off to sleep. But the story that we get is that her boyfriend, fiance, I'm not really sure where their relationship stands, has a job. They were having a problem with work. They sent everybody else somewhere else to work. But because they don't have a car, he would have a difficulty. Now, could he have asked a coworker to go with him? Chip in with a little bit of gas? Maybe, but they didn't do that. So the company gave him the option of taking a week off for vacation. Okay. And then he didn't get his paycheck, according to her. So she's live asking for money because she's telling everybody that if she doesn't come up with so much money, they're going to be evicted. You only get evicted when you are behind so many months. You don't get evicted because you're a week or two late on your rent. So when she says stuff like, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow if I have a place to live because I have to have the money by noon tomorrow, or else the late fee is going to be another either $25 or $50. So are you a week behind or 3 months behind? Because the story doesn't add up. That he only missed 1 week of a paycheck and now you and your kids don't have a place to live. Now, could you get a letter in the mail saying that if you don't pay, you will be evicted or the eviction process will start? Yes. And the landlord has every right to do so. But you and your kids not having a place to live because of 1 week, girl, do we look like Boo Boo the Fool? Now, I have never personally been evicted, but I have started eviction processes on tenants of mine in the past. It doesn't work that fast. Hey, Cat Daddy. Correct, Kyra. Correct. So why are you trying to manipulate your audience? And then I guess she tried to battle and she's like, well, all we got is 16 cents. Well, don't misunderstand. I appreciate it because it was 16 cents more than I had. Why is it that every time I turn around, you need something? And let's not forget, she's also asking for the January birthday. Remember, we did this exact same dance last year. Exact same dance. Could your financial problems be that you decided that your son needed a certain sweet 16? And then you had Christmas? And now you have another birthday you're trying to fund? You know why she's not getting a lot of money in battles? Because she's asking people to send her money directly all the time. It cracks me up when they're like, they'll either say, help me win a battle, but also send money to my CA and PP and all of. Where do people think that this money is coming from? This endless, and I say this all the time. Rich people aren't on here blessing people that they come across on TikTok. It's everyday people who are working or retired or disabled. How is a stay-at-home mom taking care of a grown man? Mr. would shut every card, every account down if he thought I was taking the money he went to work for every day and sending it to a grown, able-bodied man. And again, why doesn't she have a job? It don't have to be full-time. It could be part-time. And it could be, you know what? I'm going to work a few hours every week so that when we have something, we have the money for it. Or maybe I'm going to work a few hours every week and create an emergency fund, because when you have children, an emergency is always around the corner. No. TikTok is the answer. And you want to know why? Because it's easy. It's easy money without requiring anything of them. They want to go on about how they're not scammers because they use the money for what they say they're going to use it for. That's not the point. The point is that you expect somebody to take their hard-earned money, whether it's retirement, disability, or a regular paycheck, and give it to you over and over and over again, where nothing about your life changes. Thank you, Mama Bear. That is the backup, because today might be the day. So she wasn't on the grid, but she might work her way right back on it, because, girl, what are we doing? You and your kids might not have a place to stay for 1 week. Okay. So either you're lying about it only being a one check thing and you knew this was coming, or you're not concerned. You just want the money. Because then when he does get his paycheck, ask her if she's going to pay anybody back. No, she's going to keep the money in her pocket and spend it on the birthday party. Wait and see. Hey, TikTok president. Let me show you. This wasn't just a quick snapshot. This was her falling asleep. This was her falling asleep. So I don't gotta worry about anybody being like, did she have proof? This was her falling asleep on live. And this is the thing. She did this 4 or 5 times. And then she would wake up and be like, okay, guys, if anybody wants to help, blah, 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 blah. She'd fall asleep and wake back up and say it. I literally had typed, girl, please go to bed. Like, you are making a fool out of yourself. Now, I'm going to just do her because some of the people, I want to wait for more people to be in here. Yes, that's White Sox. He was ready for today. They have a box that they're fighting over right now. Gotta love it. I can have 35 boxes, but they're going to fight over one. Oh, Erica. Good morning, honey. That's the name I forgot. Okay. So Faith says she's at the end of her pregnancy. I have no reason to doubt that. Although the last time I did see her, she didn't look pregnant at all. But she may be. Like, she's been saying she's been pregnant this whole time. So we'll see. She is now on this high horse of acting like she doesn't have time for the people of TikTok because they're not doing what she wants them to do. We are not owed your presence. Let's be very clear about that. If you decided you never wanted to go live on TikTok again, that is your right, and we aren't owed your presence. But if that's the case, then you aren't owed our money. The idea that you coming online and literally talking about nonsense, because this girl, first of all, thinks she is the smartest person in the room. Now, does some of her logic make sense? Of course it does. But some of it doesn't. You know why? Because how are we pregnant again and homeless again? Huh? So you can't sit in front of me and be like, oh, I make the best decisions and I think of everything. No, you don't. But she feels like she can sit and lecture other people about how they should behave. So she said to everybody, because people were like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. She was like, yeah, I'm not coming live like that anymore. I used to spend 6 hours on live and people weren't really talking. The support diminished. Let me explain something to you. Support diminishing for her means money. It means money. It's not support like you're here and I value the fact that you're here and I just want to talk to you. That's not the support that diminished for her. Why do they think that because they got enough money for 3 months that should go on for another year? They conveniently forget the amounts of money they manage to get out of people for day after day after day after day. Girl, people were keeping you in a hotel room for damn near a year. That averages out to between $10,000 and $20,000. That you only had to do was show your face on TikTok, and you're mad that diminished? How long did you think it was going to go? And she's already mad that nobody contributed to the goal that day. But she'll be like, it's 42 people in here and nobody contributed to the goal. See what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. Now, you don't have to. I'm not demanding it. I'm just saying, how is that? If that's not a demand, what is it? I've been here for 30 minutes. But of course, she doesn't care. You give it. If you don't, no problem. So if it's no problem, why is it there? If you don't really need it, if it doesn't matter whether you get it or not, why is it there? But she couldn't do both. She couldn't act like she was above all of this and she don't need TikTok and she's only going to come live every once in a while and at the same time have a goal that she wanted people to reach. Then, after literally living her life on TikTok, she's like, and I'm not going to show my baby on here like that. Girl, This isn't Rihanna's baby or Cardi B's baby or hopefully Taylor Swift's baby where people want to pay $1 million to see what your baby looks like. We don't care. Do you know how many people do show their baby on here without expectation just because people have gone through their pregnancy with them? That's the problem. There are people on here who have had their pregnancy. They've been so excited. They show it. And then guess what happens? People are like, could you have a P.O. box? I want to send something for your baby. They don't have to ask. They don't have to tell. Nothing. But how dare you get on a high horse? Let me tell you something. During your pregnancy, people paid for your hotel rooms. Why don't they deserve to see the baby? They kept you fed. Why don't they deserve to see the baby? But for people like them, those on the scammer spectrum, it's not what you've already done. It's what you've done for me lately. It's what you've done for me today. It's what you're going to do for me. What you've already done is long gone. I don't care about what you've already done. And they all have that attitude. All of them. And that's what makes the difference. When people are like, well, what's the difference? That person is asking, their attitude is the difference. Their expectation is the difference. Then she went on about, and Alexander does this too. People were just reaching out to her because they wanted public acknowledgement. I'm sorry. What is somebody saying my name so important that I'm gonna send you money? But when they're talking to you behind the scenes and sending you money, it's all love, right? But now you have an attitude because you think they want public acknowledgement. They want you to say hello to them while you're live. Well, is that the least you could do? That's the least you could do. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Then she said, new year, new direction. What is new about it, Faith? That you're not coming live every day begging for money? Because you're here now with a gift goal, with a goal that you want people to send you cash directly. So what new direction? What new direction? Now people don't need to have access to her. In fact, she's going to go so far as changing her telephone number because anybody who's gotten her number in the past and showed her support, y'all don't need to have access. You know what she told them? You want to check on me? Send it to my DM. Girl, what? Are you kidding me? Now she says she's in the home stretch, but she has more than 2 months to go. Girl, that's not the home stretch. The home stretch is when you are 6 weeks or less, in my opinion. Yeah, Miss May. Totally overnight. Then she says something about she's waiting for somebody, for a man, because she said him to get evicted. You still don't have a place of your own, Faith? all of that big talking that you did, all the money that people sent you to move you from one place to another because you were supposed to get housing and you don't have housing yet? Good morning. But you're better than everybody else. Okay. So then she gets even on a higher horse and was like, help with the gift goal. But understand she don't want shit from you. Because no one here was genuine anyway. If TikTok is so destructive to your mental health, to your well-being, close your account and go away. That's all. If something was that destructive in my life, for people who know the Bible, it says that if any body part is causing you to fail, cut it off. Your eye, your arm, anything. Cut TikTok off. That's all. Delete your account. And then you never have to worry about anybody on TikTok again. But we won't. Because the money comes and I promise she'll be back with another goal of money to be sent directly to her thing while she talks down to the people in her chat. And if anybody stays to listen to it and takes it to heart or feels bad, I got a bridge to sell you from here to the beach. You want to give your money away that bad? Let me give you a good cause. Next. I'm going to just go ahead and do cake. Can somebody help me understand what the people who support her expect to happen when she isn't doing anything about her circumstances? As far as I know, she hasn't seen a doctor since her original appointment in January. She hasn't filed for disability. She is damn sure not looking for a job. If you pay her food and hotel room for the next 6 months, what is going to be different on day one after that? How many of y'all have unlimited funds so that 6 months from now, you still have the money to take care of her? Now, we already know that I caught the photos of her smoking C-Rack. But on this particular day, this was the 4th, she was upset because TikTok hadn't paid her gifts. There seemed to be a major glitch, and a lot of people didn't get their money on time. And she said she hadn't gotten hers for 2 weeks. Now, on one hand, she's saying it's not a lot of money, but then on the next hand, she was depending on it, right? And she said she'd be able to pay her room and get some food, but then said it wasn't a lot. So which one is it? So of course she's irritated. But what's new about that? You're irritated as soon as you come live. White socks. Okay. Find somewhere to go, buddy. She claims she wishes she could go back to work, except she hasn't done a single thing about her condition. Now, we all know that it's lymphedema, right? But let's argue that it's a broken foot, and that's the thing that's preventing her from working. If you wish you could go back to work, you would go see the orthopedic surgeon and have him fix your foot. But her excuse for that is, I'm afraid of the anesthesia. So I'm going to ask the people in her chat again. If she's not going to get her foot fixed, what's going to happen 6 months from now? How long are people going to take care of her? Because even you literally would have to take care of her from now until she turns 65. And that's 30 years. Who is signing up for that? So I don't understand why you're creating the monster now. There's no job. There's no Social Security we're waiting for. We're not going to have surgery. We're not taking care of the lymphedema. None of it. We're not doing anything different today than we did yesterday. You do realize that's the definition of insanity. And that's the insanity on the people who are giving her money. You think that doing it every day over and over and over again is going to result in a different outcome. You are insane. And yet, you let her sit there, yell at y'all, curse at y'all, block people for asking simple questions. Half the time, she can't even understand the question being asked, so she gets mad and acts like, and then the people, why don't people just mind their business? Well, why don't she mind her business about people's money? She wants people's money, but nobody can ask her a question. Of course. They trying to stick together. Don't say nothing to her about a job, Ricky. What? Correct. How are you on a public platform telling everybody your business? That's like the whole GoFundMe thing. She will make a video about her GoFundMe, but if you come at her live and ask about said GoFundMe, you're blocked. Why are you coming here talking about a GoFundMe? Don't nobody care about a GoFundMe? So then why did you raise it $1,000 if nobody cares? Why did you make a video if nobody cares? And then somebody sent her a heart me and they were like, you ain't even acknowledge it. And she was like, it's only a penny. Who gives a damn about a heart me? You? But because it's less than a penny in her pocket, she doesn't care about it. You know what she said? Send me a galaxy. Send me a money gun. And then I'll acknowledge it because it'll be all over the screen. Girl, do you think we are stupid? I'm the good dog lover of three. She may be, because every time she says she needs that hotel room money, she never shows herself paying it. Somebody send me a receipt where she sent somebody proof that she paid for the hotel. She don't have money for food, but she always has money for alcohol. But this is what floored me. Because her regular doesn't surprise me anymore. What floored me is that, of course, she got mods. Did you eat today? Did you eat today? She's like, no, I'm starving. I hate when my stomach starts growling. I hate it. Now, I have watched her when she's needed room money say, I don't care nothing about food. I need my room paid for. Oh, I'm going to get there, Granny. But on this particular day, she needed her room paid for, but she's hungry. Now, the day before, people paid for her to get McDonald's. Okay, reasonable. This day, when she also needed money for her room, she says, guess what I want, y'all? Guess what I'm craving? And she turned her phone over, because she has a tablet and a phone. She turned her phone over and showed it. And it was a Wednesday special. It was a seafood boil for $50. $50 on a Wednesday night? Most people get a seafood boil on a special occasion because how expensive it is. And you want to lay up, have people pay your hotel, buy you food every other day. But on a random Wednesday night, you want a seafood boil for $50? Correct. I have said many times I'm in the wrong business. Because what? There are people who will save up so that they can get a seafood boil once in a while because they have actual expenses. And people started sending her money for it. Correct, Maya Angelou, 110%. Well, what I could say is y'all keep doing it. And what I would prefer is the people who have been taking care of her, please continue so that nobody else has to. And I'll come back to you in 6 months and we'll see where we are. Because as long as you keep feeding the monster's going to want to continue to get more. Mind you, I haven't heard her say anything about spending money from her food stamps. Oh, I'm going to get to the drinking. Where are the food stamps? Because remember, she had food stamps, but not Medicaid? She said she was going to look into Medicaid. Has she? Because if you qualify for EBT, you have no income to speak of, and you are sickly, why wouldn't you have Medicaid? Correct, UN Toxic. Well, when did she stop getting food stamps? Because she was getting food stamps January the 1st. Of course she has Medicaid. Of course she does. Where do you think she got that scooter from that she rolls around on? But no, she has to tell you she doesn't have insurance so that you can give her money to get to the doctor's appointment, pay for the doctor's appointment, and pay for her to get back. It doesn't make sense. Now, with the big, beautiful bill, some things may change. But up till now, and she has a legitimate illness that she doesn't want to get taken care of because her leg is her moneymaker. Let's just call a spade a spade. This is what I don't understand. Yep, I just talked about the GoFundMe. This is what I don't understand. She wants you to send her a money gun or a galaxy and she will take a shot. What benefit do the people in her chat get from her drinking other than her foolishness? No, that's not the one. And somebody said she was drinking Mad Dog 2020. There's the proof. Mad Dog 2020. What are we doing? Why would we encourage somebody with that illness to continue to drink? And I don't want to hear she's grown and blah, blah, blah. You are contributing to somebody's health issues. Is alcohol the reason why she has lymphedema? No. Do you think it helps her lymphedema? No. And wait, she had a nerve to have Mad Dog 2020 and something else. And she was like, if you send a galaxy, I'll take a shot of this and a shot of that. And you can see she's not putting it in a glass. She's drinking it straight up. Do you know what she said? She said, I go to sleep 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and I get up 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the evening. That's the flavor she chooses. It's a very cheap alcohol. But for people who aren't aware, and I found this out about tea as well. I didn't even realize this about tea. Lipton tea is the trash of tea, right? So your expensive elevated tea bags, get the tea leaves, they crunch it up, they make their tea. Then there are the medium teas in terms of cost. They take the crunched up leftovers and make their tea. And then Lipton takes the crunched up of the medium and make a tea. Absolutely insane. I've been drinking Lipton tea my entire life just to find out it is the garbage of tea. Well, alcohol like Mad Dog 2020 is the garbage of alcohol. You have your expensive alcohols. What's in the middle of the barrel goes to your medium alcohols. And what is sludging on the bottom is M Dog 2020. I love Lipton tea. Just know that you're drinking the garbage of the teas. It is cheap. It is full of sugar. I'm talking about M Dog. And it has so many chemicals in it to make it taste good. And it'll get you lit quickly. Bree seek, baby girl or man or whatever you are, because I can't tell. It definitely looks like a fake account though. I can talk about whatever I want. See, I happen to live in a country where my First Amendment right says that I can be critical of anything that I see. I could talk about whatever I want. Good morning, beggars and evilers. They are, Mama C. Bigelow is garbage because you know the little package, and that's my favorite Bigelow. The package that they put it in, apparently, when you take the tea bag out of that and then put it in hot water, there's a reaction. Celestial tea that started off with this great, and Tazo tea as well. Tazo tea is garbage. When I learned, listen, some of the rabbit holes I run down. So all I'm going to say to her enablers are just keep taking care of her. Yeah, well, listen, getting Social Security isn't easy. Because and this is, I've said this about her multiple times, one of Social Security's requirements is that if you have an illness, that you're doing something about it, that you are constantly seeking medical care to improve your situation. So if let me switch the photo. So if somebody needs a surgery and they refuse to get it, Social Security is going to deny you because it's not life threatening in the immediate period of time. Let's say you have a mental health condition and you go to Social Security and they see that you haven't been to your mental health appointments, you're not taking your medication regularly, you're denied. You could have a legitimate, certifiable mental health condition. If you are not getting treatment, you're denied. So, my question again is this to her enablers. If she's not seeking treatment, if she can't get SSI, she's not looking for a job, what is going to be different in 6 months? Since you are in here to question why I'm talking about her, answer that question. And then answer, how long are you going to take care of another human being you don't even know? Oh, yeah. Well, we know she smoked C-Rack. I'm disabled, and you have to go to your drunk every 3 months, doctor every 3 months. I'm sure she is live now. And people are probably, oh my God, Digital's talking about you, which is why people are coming over here. But if you want to have a conversation with me, answer me that. Do any of the, wait, what did you say? Rebecca. let me help you out. I don't even know if I could find it fast enough. Oh, yep, there we go. Nikki, I have tried. I have tried to talk to her. I try to talk to every single person that I cover. If she doesn't want to talk about her GoFundMe, why does she keep raising it? It was 8,000, now it's 9,000. Thank you, Lisa Porter. Again, anybody that supports her is welcome in a box. Because she's not going to get in my box. But if you support her, you're welcome to a box. Let's have a conversation. Because I want to understand how you think this is going to change. Brandy Alexander, I am not worried about the next person's life. What I'm worried about is kind-hearted people getting taken advantage of. When they are lied to, manipulated, made to feel bad for not doing, for not taking, when she cries, but she isn't doing anything about her situation, it is the innocence that I'm concerned about, not her. You have me misunderstood. But Brandy, it's not your job to come in here and tell me what to do, but yet you're here. You're here. Like, I don't understand. Well, she is a person too. She absolutely is. If do you want your money to go to her smoking C-Rack? What do you think is going to be the case in 6 months? Let's go. Who is this helping? She won't even get the care her doctors are suggesting. She has diabetes. If money is important to her, if she needs it, why is she getting a seafood boil on a Wednesday night from people who probably wouldn't even buy it for themselves on a regular night? That is Mad Dog 2020. Yes, it is. Granny, can you? Well, it's about to drop. You do realize once you give some of these people your CA or PP, they'll hit you on the back end and request more, right? She's a diabetic. This is what I say to anybody giving anybody money. She does do it all the time. I've talked about Jordan Paul for months. For anybody who just came in, oh goodness, I can't stand the puzzle piece. For the people who are here, I want you to know, this is today's grid. I don't just talk about one person. I talk about the number of people who are on this app taking advantage of other people through lying, manipulation, white lying, lying by omission, straight begging, scamming. I don't just do one person. You know why? Because the goal is to get people to see the red flags so they don't get taken advantage of. So that people, when they're in a live and they see people getting taken advantage of, can write them and say, pause, pause. Nuki, do you really think that you not being here makes a difference? It doesn't. It doesn't. Go give her all your money. I don't care. If you are a willing participant and want to give her your money, be my guest. You aren't my audience. I'm looking for people who don't want to get taken advantage of. There's a difference. But have at it. Thank you for coming and commenting. Oh, we about to get to Kim. Yes, it is. So let me finish up. I'm not bashing anybody. Correct, Untoxic, she is. And if people have figured out by now that Jordan Paul is a scammer, we've been doing this for years with her. There's nothing new about Jordan Paul and her scamming. Nothing. Correct. The truth is the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. But the truth is the truth. Oh, don't worry. We're going to get to Alexander. Let's see. Since my people are in here, we're going to talk about Christina. Shout out to Cat Daddy, TikTok president, and the vice president. They keep me informed on the days that I miss. And then I watch them. But I want to show you this picture first. This is what she said that Kaden did to her. So wait, let me give you the timeline. You guys know I like to give you the entire story and not just the snippet. So I'll come back to that. So she got away from Kaden. Kaden has a case, the third, by the way. Well, beautiful. Kaden seems to think so. Yep, 34-year-old with 6 kids. Okay, and don't have custody of none of them. Don't take care of a single one. Not a single one. So, she had gotten away from Kaden. She was living in a sober house. And she was doing well. And it's funny because people like to say that I bash people, but I was one of the first people to get in her box and talk to her and tell her, I'm happy you got away. You seem to be doing well. It's time now to find a job and get ourselves together. And she said she appreciated me. And I told her, as long as you're doing the right thing, I'll have your back. I'll have your back. Well, not too long after that, of course, she starts going to the methadone clinic and she meets a man named Josh. And within days, they're together and she moves into his apartment. Well, what she found out about Josh was that Josh would have to go away. And Josh was in fact sentenced to 60 days, day for day, which means he had to do 30. Well, as soon as Josh left, within hours, Caden was at his house. How do you bring another man into your man's house? And of course, she claims they broke up before he left, so it doesn't matter. She's single. But you are in another person's home that is all getting paid for. Mind you, the home is in Josh's daddy's name. The bills are on Josh's daddy's name. And she knew it would get paid for because when he got out in 30 days, he was coming home. So shout out to TikTok president. Josh found out. Josh let his father know. And father showed up and locked the door and called the cops. And of course, they show up to the house. Mind you, I missed the part. She convinced Caden to come back to where she is and miss his court date. How does that show you love somebody if you had them skip their court date for brutalizing you knowing he would get a warrant? So the cops show up, they see he has an active warrant. Guess what? In the back of the car he goes. And because she's been living there for 3 days, they gave her the right to stay. Caden leaves, goes to jail. He's extradited back to where the original case is, and then they let him out. They let him out. When this boy ends up in jail for life, the system failed him. Because they know he's too stupid to stay away from her. They know it. And yet they let him out again. And what did he do? He went right back to her. In another man's house. The father has started eviction proceedings. And everybody has to get evicted, including Josh. So right before Josh comes home, what does she do? She gets a protective order against him. So when he gets out of jail, he can't even come home. A cop has to escort him to get his clothes because he couldn't take anything else because it belonged to the apartment. And because the apartment isn't in his name, he has no claim. And so he had to come home from being locked up to just being able to pick up his stuff. And he has to walk past this 20-year-old child who's laying up in his house using his things. And he had to leave. Oh, she definitely knows how to use the system. And then they start selling his items out of the house. The Bible talks about a woman like her, and it says to stay away from her. So now they granted her the protective order because nowadays you make allegations, especially with his history, they granted it to her right away. Mind you, she is with her abuser, but she did a PO on somebody else who's never touched her. She even accused Caden of SAing her while she was out of it. But who's still at the house? Kaden. So we have the PO hearing, which Lord knows I hope they don't grant. But even if they do, the eviction is coming. TikTok president, what day is the eviction? The 17th? Correct, Suze. Correct. The 18th. But Christina has told her people that after the PO is granted, the apartment will be hers as long as she has the money to pay the rent. Believe me when I tell you she's lying. Oh, that's right. Marriage on the 17th. May, so did I. Well, that's what she hopes to get from the audience. Because this is her thinking. Even if she doesn't get it, if she has enough money to pay the rent, it'll put her and Kaden in the hotel room for a couple of weeks. And she doesn't think past a couple of weeks. She don't even really think past a couple of days. Yes. So then she comes live to cry about her baby daddy being in hospice. This is the same bad baby daddy that she used to create a CA that she then blamed on Kaden, which was a lie. But now she's coming because she's so upset she can't even sleep. And she just got out of the hospital. Yes! She claimed Kaden SA'd her while she was out of it. And she's showing all of these pictures. This is Christina Test. And then apparently Kaden said she did it to herself. Wouldn't that be the fascinating thing of the day? Now let's be clear. And Kaden confronted her and said she did it herself. Correct. Really, Christy? I'm so sorry. And see, people like to act like this is a victimless crime. It is not. I shouldn't say a crime, that this is victimless. There are people who really think they're making a difference in somebody's life just to realize that the beg never ends. Do you know how many people gave her money thinking she was getting away from Kaden? Just to find out she was going to be with Kaden? Oh yeah, I always put the name in the at in the middle of the screen. Y'all don't ever have to ask anybody. I will always put the name in the at in the middle of the screen. Good morning, good morning. She scams people out of money for her daily expenses. Part of her scam is that she convinces people, oh, y'all are sending it to her? Wait, hold on. Oh, Cat Daddy. Yeah, you could send it to her all day. I don't care, Cat Daddy. She claims that the man she's with beats her ass on a regular basis, except she keeps bringing him around. Without proof, they're not going to. Now we'll see if there's any changes now that it is owned. The American version is owned by America, but I doubt it. I have a feeling it's actually going to get worse, not better. In another man's house. Correct. In another man's house. So I really think that this whole story about her being able to keep the house and the apartment is because if you're going to stay there, why would you sell the stuff? That's right. Then she went live and acted like she was filing a OP on her cousin Christina, but then never showed proof that it was done. But then told her, but also then told her audience that her own cousin is letting her starve, and then filed an OP on. Like, girl, I do not understand how, other than us, I do not understand how she has more than two people in her life. I don't understand how she still has mods. I really don't. Oh, thank you, Thickums. You are welcome. 3 mornings a week. We're back to regular scheduled programming. Right, Georgianne. Everything is always everybody else's fault. Still no job, still no prospects. She convinced one of her mods to let her come over. She is lazy and she wants to be taken care of. Yet, she's so worried about this baby daddy that's been put in hospice or palliative care. Has she sent a dime to the kids? Boy, I just got a photo. I wasn't going to talk about Daniel today, but Daniel's another scammer. Anybody thinking about modding for him? For those just joining, Christina had 6 children and no custody of any of them. Correct. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Digital. I'm so glad you're back.
Thank you. I missed you.
Miss you guys too, and especially you. So that screenshot, Christy 0831. These people in this chat and in this community, they go around and they do this on their free time. And they want to help people like you who they thought are new. But when you're giving money to people who are in active addiction and clearly can't handle being kind to people on the internet because they just want to use their money, but you're giving it to them and you're wanting to mod for them, and then you come in here and play in their faces, it's kind of hard to be able to focus on the people who are brand new to the people that come in here and attack Dee Dee because they're talking about cakes and other people because they're new, if they're focusing on you, Christy. You've been around a while. You gave money several times to Tim Nash based off your own admission, right? And now you gave money to Christina Test, and then she blocked you. How many people from the community messaged you and took up time to message you about Beg Talk and all the usual suspects that could have been focused on people that needed to know because they honestly believed her BS that she was actually a good person. Did she take off?
Christy. Okay, so why are you coming at me? Christy, let me explain. So the question is, if people have already described to you those that are scamming, and then your reputation says that you give to the very scammers that we're bringing attention to, the question is, are you here really to support the cause, or are you here to find the new people so that you can send the money? Like, what's the point? What's the point? You're welcome to a box. And nobody's coming at you, it's a question. Neither can I, Georgianne. Thank you, Sherry. It is.
I don't know if we should like start putting some type of, it's the amount of time that TikTok president and people that are actively messaging people who look like they're going to support or people who look like they're going to give money, and then they tie it up with people who already know. They already are in Beg Talk. They already hear anti-scam, raising the consciousness. They already know the red flags. They already know that something's going on. And then they continue to either, I can mod for you, or I've given to you several times, I can mod for you, or just coming in here with another victim mentality that I made her block me because I donated to her. Why? And not only did you probably give money to her by your own admission, giving money to Tim Nash, how many people did the follow train? How many people thought that this dude was trying to get his life together, and you gave money by your own admission several times, and now you're doing it with Christina, and those people are trying to focus on you instead of the elderly ladies or the ones who are actually going through something horrific in their own lives and they can't escape. If your money is burning your pockets, go give it to your local community. Go give it to someone who can feed kids, or a homeless vet, or these animals that are running around trying to eat out of the trash that our homeless vets are eating out of.
I guess for me, you tying wanting to be a mod with the fact that you gave somebody money is sketchy. That for me, that's sketchy because it's like you had an attitude that you had supported him by sending him money several times, and he's not modding you. Well, this is what I'm gonna say. Please stay. You are 100% welcome to stay. But now we are all 502 people for 501. It's literally $30 in gifts. I never modded. I'm confused who we are talking about, Christina or Tim. No, we're talking about Daniel
No, Chris,
and
we're talking,
Tim.
no, but we're talking about Tim Nash.
Oh,
That's two
oh,
different,
okay.
two different screenshots. Sorry.
Lord Jesus Christ.
I'm
Goodness.
so sorry. That screenshot was from like 2 o'clock this morning.
Oh, okay. These
but
two.
but this one, Christy, and I need to Hold on a second.
But what you don't understand, Christy, and so, and this is where education comes in, and this is for everybody. And we've said this multiple times. Most people look at what other people are doing to gauge whether or not this is a legitimate thing to do. So when people see you gifting, they think, okay, well, if that person is gifting, then I'm okay with gifting. And so the amount doesn't even matter. It's not about the quantity. It is about you setting a standard that other people think this is a safe place to be. And so then you might stop at 30, but then you have the little old lady who thinks that Tim is really desperate and that we're all lying about him, and she sends him 300.
And
I'm sorry,
Christy,
I confused the Christies. I apologize.
no. So she messaged you here in the chat, and she said, I gave Christina money and I made her block me. And you apologized and said, I'm so sorry because you felt for her. We all did. I can't stand to see somebody get their money taken from them. But then when I went and I looked, Christy has asked to mod for Tim Nash, and she said by her own admission, I've given money to you several times. I can mod for you. And if Christy weren't a mod for Tim, and the comments are moving so fast, I might have missed it.
It's just that you have to understand that I don't like people who play both sides. Don't come in here and act like we're doing the Lord's work and then turn right around and be like, oh, I'm going to give. Like, it's shady to me when you have found more than one scammer to give to. Like, I got a question. Who are you watching? Hold on. What does Tim have to do with anything? I blocked him when I found out he was a scammer. See, Christy, I get that. But then you end up with a new scammer? Like, that's, you knew. So when you found out Tim was a scammer, you knew enough to see that that was a red flag, but you didn't see that in Christina?
Not only that, she was a moderator for Tim Nash. I can't even imagine how many messages you must have received to be able to do your research, even if you had no question about Christina, or if there wasn't good, solid people that were streaming Christina to tell the truth about her often.
Oh no, this isn't the first time. I drag Christina on a regular basis.
You're not dragging her, you're telling the truth.
I know, but that's what I call it because it just sounds better. It rolls off the tongue.
It's
Okay, Christina, listen, I'm done. I just have to say this. You are welcome here. You are welcome to learn. But since you have been on the other side, I'm going to hold you responsible. Christina, what? Test wants a box? No, she doesn't. She does not want a box with me. I'm going to hold you responsible for you warning other people about people getting taken advantage of. How about that be the deal? That you are now, as you're made aware of the other people who are scamming, that you now are the one that sends messages to people to tell them to be mindful that they might be getting taken advantage of. How about that? That would show me and the community that you take this seriously. Oh, Amazing Grace, of course.
I just got 2 other messages that said that they've messaged her as well as Amazing Grace. So thank you guys for doing that. Christy, any questions that you have that you can't find by typing the screen name in at the top of the TikTok search bar, message any one of those people back that messaged you telling you these people are scammers and do your research. I just want to protect the people who are doing the hard work on any given day on their free time, because they're all here to learn, to go take it out into the rest of the community for the rest of the day on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays when truth gets brought here from the grid. And then, so when someone perpetually gives money to scammers and then they come and say that, you know, people were going to message you and say, I'm so sorry you got scammed, and these people took advantage of your kindness. But at some point, yes, ma'am, they're in your inbox. But Christy, anything that you need help with, message any one of us. We'll be glad to help. Please don't give your money to anybody, and give it locally. Give it to the people who's the whites of the eyes that you pass on the street. Kids, vets, the little furry tails. They'll appreciate you so much more than Christina or Tim Nash ever would. I'm going to drop down. I'm sorry I interrupted, but
you know you're always welcome, honey bunny.
I know, but it's just easier for us to all learn. And Christy, thank you for going back and talking with us in the chat. A lot of people run whenever they're asked questions, and it's just questions. It's never an attack. Y'all have a good day. I'll be down in the chat.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, so wait. Is Christina Test in here to talk to me? Or did I miss it and think Christina and Chris D? Because I know she's not. Okay, good. Because I was going to say, be for real. She won't get in my box. And she won't let me in hers again. Trust me on that. None of them will. Ain't that interesting? No, Kelly, she doesn't. And I said this before and I want to reiterate it. Yes, I'm the one who gets up here and runs my mouth for 3 hours, 3 days a week. And there are other people who use their platform to stream them so that people don't have to go into their lives and they get education. But I am standing on everybody else's shoulders to do what I do. And what I mean by that is I'm busy taking notes. I don't always have time to write people and warn them. That's what y'all do. The people who make videos and pump them out so that people are able to see what's really going on. You guys are doing the hard work. And I want you to know that me and many others appreciate you. Of course. I'm sorry. Yes, of course. Of course, of course. I'm sorry. You did ask and I forgot. Oh, well, you got to ask again. It went down. So please understand that every message you send, every video you make is all what allows us to have even a further reach. Okay, there you go.
Hi, honey boo.
Hey, love.
I did just want to let everybody know, with her pretending so far, I'm going to say pretending for now, to get the OP on me now, let's not be blind to the fact that this is 100% a ploy for her to shut me up so that she thinks the money stream will start flowing again. Okay? But I do want to let everybody know that if that is indeed true and she did indeed file, all of the up-to-date information will be directly forwarded to Dee Dee and my vice president, Carrie, and she will take over the TikTok president account until we get things resolved. So she can't shut us up. It's not going to stop. We will still be on that throat. Okay.
Absolutely.
The facts will still get out. And I will make sure that I keep Dee Dee updated on everything going on. And Carrie will be able to still stream and get the information out. So just stay tuned. And we ain't letting up on her.
At all.
Yeah.
If anything, that'll make us go harder because what?
Yeah.
I can't stand when somebody puts a false jacket and officially does so with the law. Be for real. And this, you and I were talking about this last night. I wish she would do it because the amount of information that would get exposed about her in court would flip a judge's head.
Oh, yeah. She's been saying this, guys, about me since 2017. Since I first started speaking about her and calling out her bullshit, she's been saying this, okay? She's never once actually done it or actually filed it. She's claimed to have many of times, but she knows that I will bury her in the courtroom, okay?
Right.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's all I wanted to say. You're doing an amazing job. I'm so happy to have you back. Fallon, I appreciate you so much. Everybody who follows the page, I appreciate you guys. But yeah, just stay tuned. We'll see what happens.
Oh, I wish she would. You talking about having just the Christina live? Go ahead, girl. Make it happen.
Thank you so much, guys.
I love you.
Love you.
Casper, are you tapping or do you mean to come in the box? It pisses me off too, but I wish she would. Is she as bright as Gabby? Casper. Okay. No. So stay tuned because I'm sure today will bring new news. So let me tell you, I went in on a backup and she was complaining that they didn't have food and that. Okay, so this is another thing. She claims she doesn't have her EBT because she didn't do the redetermination. That sounds like a you problem. She claims she filed an OP. Exactly. Can you see the light? So that's a you problem. You know you need to do your EBT. That's not anybody else's problem. And then they went and did plasma and got about $100. You don't know how to feed the two of you with $100. You're not even paying any other bills. You are literally living for free in somebody else's home. And then she's like, the box of cereal, I'm feeding a 20-year-old boy. You know who you should be feeding? Your children. And so when I said maybe you shouldn't be, she was like, what do you mean, eat? And of course, her mom took that as the answer and blocked me. Bitch, no, maybe you shouldn't be taking care of a 20-year-old. That's what I meant. If you can't afford to feed the 6 children you already have, why are you worried about feeding a 20-year-old? A grown, able-bodied man that could get a job. No, she met a man, moved in with him. When he had to do 30 days, she brought him back. And again, let's show it again. She can't, and this isn't the only picture I have, but this is the only one I'm going to show. She showed this and said Kaden did this to her. Why is Kaden still there then? And then, oh, she's live, so she must have heard TikTok president talk about her. Somebody go see what BS she's talking about now. And Kaden was like, you did it to yourself. So what's the story? And then she accused him of SAing her while she was out of it. Again, why is he still there then? And why are you asking grown adults to take care of that 20-year-old by sending you money? You talking about a scam on top of a scam on top of a scam. To prevent that man from coming back to his apartment, she got an OP on him. Sabuki, I'm so glad you got out with your life. She makes a joke of it. Yeah, his caregiver, he has a mama. He has a mama. Probably wearing his jewelry. Yeah, he choked her. Right. Okay. Okay, Christina. All right. Who's okay? Disclaimer. Her husband had a very serious car accident last night. As I have said, I've lived in Connecticut most of my life. And we had a parkway called the Parkway, which ran along the countryside of the state. And then 95 was like in the center of cities. I can't tell you the number of car accidents I have seen between a car and a deer. It is like hitting a brick wall. They are solid. And the number of unalivings due to that interaction, you'd be surprised. So the fact that he got out with, as far as I know last night, a hurt shin, but no major scratches, he didn't need to go to the hospital, is amazing. And I am happy for them that the only thing hurt was the car. I understand her being upset and crying and feeling overwhelmed, because the idea that you could have lost him is enough to send you in a tizzy. So I understand. Yeah, I saw. I asked people to go find out. Yeah, and apparently he didn't unalive the deer. The deer was just severely wounded. So the cop had to come and humanely euthanize the deer so that it wasn't suffering, which is, again, very hard. You hit a cow? Oh, my granny Annie, you got stories for days. So I say all of that to say, by the grace of God, he is okay. and I am happy. However, not everything is meant for public consumption. If you are upset, so upset about your husband, why are you on TikTok crying? And I don't want to hear, this is my family. Your daughter got in the live and River's little ass, oh, she better never get in a box with me because I have so much to say to her. Call your daughter and y'all cry together. Why are you on TikTok crying? And then she made sure to say, Don told me to go ahead and go live. For what? For what? And of course, she had to show the car and talked about the car and how we don't want to have to start over. And we have insurance and gap insurance, but we're down. We haven't even made our first payment on this car. My question is this. Why are we 5 cars in 2 years? Why? What is the problem that y'all have gone through so many cars? Now, this was an accident. But 5? I'm going to tell you why. It was all to get money. Because if you don't remember, she lost her fragment the other day. Correction, Lyric will. But guess what? They'll have to wait for the process. Because they're going to have to figure out how much it was worth, how much they owed, write checks in order for them to get something else. But she's going to have a deductible, perhaps. And then where will they get the money for the down payment? And sure enough, she was battling and winning. Let me just tell you something. When you see it the first time, believe it. There's no reason for you to need to crash out on TikTok. No reason. Especially when it's something personal. Why is TikTok even your go-to when you are having a hard time? Because this is the problem. You want to be able to have your emotional whatever on live, but you don't want nobody to say anything about it. And then if you were that emotional when your husband came home, why were you still on TikTok? I would want to touch and feel and hug and be next to the man that I was just crying about because I thought about almost losing him. The people on TikTok would not matter as much as the man in my home. What do you want to eat? What do you want to drink? You want me to rub your feet? You want me to rub your back? Let's just talk. Let's watch a movie. And you want to know what else? She had a nerve to be like, the funny thing is he took my coffee cups and now they're ruined. What? She is going to use this all the way to her next fragment. And let me be clear, the night before, we were all in there calling her out for her nonsense. We were all calling her out about her nonsense. Hold on one second. Let me finish my thought. And even River was like, why are you crashing out about a fragment? She likes to pretend like the fragment is this inanimate object that she just likes to have. And she's like, I've kept it for a week. That's why. No, the people in your chat have kept it for a week because in order to up your level from D to A, the whole point of wanting to do that is because at A level, you get more of a greater percentage of your gifts than you do at D level. D level is like 70-30. A level, it's the flip. So her having a fragment gives her more money. She doesn't do anything to get that fragment. Not a single thing but sit there on live. Her half cleaning isn't entertainment. Her sitting there crashing out with her sisters isn't entertainment. Her daughter being in the chat going off isn't entertainment. And when they talk about, we're just here to have fun, how are you having fun giving somebody else your money who doesn't care if you are here today and gone tomorrow? How is that fun? And if that is fun for you, let me do it. Because I got a bridge from here to the beach I'm trying to build. White Sox need some shit. Like, how is that fun for you? Especially when this same person will crash out on you when you don't have any money. She doesn't care that you have bills to pay because she wants you to pay her bills. And then she sits in your face with the nonsense that she buys. How many coffee cups do you need? How many different flavoring do you need? And then tries to get you to take her TikTok affiliation and buy the nonsense she promotes. Everything she does is about bringing money into her household. And she's like, well, this is how I contribute. You're not contributing a single thing. The people in your chat are. And the idea that they should never run out of money, that you should be able to win every battle, that every single, what is it called? Gift gallery should be filled no matter what. It is the attitude about it. It's not, there are a million, probably more than a million. There are people making enough money to live in fancy houses and buy fancy cars. But if something isn't done, they're not cursing them out. They're not ending the live because they didn't get something. She acts like a child. And so when I watch River, we have not fallen far from the tree. And then when you watch the sisters, you realize they were all raised the same. And she has raised her children to be exactly the same way. I'm over it. And I'm not going to allow you to use a real situation just to get money out of people. I'm sorry. I'm not. And like I said when I started, if you're easily offended, today isn't the day for you. I haven't talked about her lately, but when she does something that I think reaches the line of egregious, I'm going to talk about her. Thank you, Lisa Marie. My man almost had that kind of an accident. It's just like Tim and Angela. While Angela's in the hospital, he comes outside to go live. It is all manipulation. And when you are manipulating people out of their money, guess what? You are on the scammer spectrum. And it gives me the need to talk about you. I have never, and this is what's also funny. There was somebody in there named Vivian who was like, you got mad at me because I didn't send you money. The entire time people are talking to her about her attitude, she won't even look up at the comments. She won't even address the people who have been supporting her all this time. Because guess what? She only cares about today's support. Forget what you did for her in the past. Ask her ex mods. And anybody that is not doing exactly what she wants you to do, you're a troll. You're a hater. You're jealous of her. Who would be jealous of your life? Who? Who wants to be you? You couldn't pay me to be you. Nobody's jealous. There's nothing to be jealous of. Okay, I'm sorry they hate us.
No, you're good. I don't know if you saw my comment earlier about Sheena, but she's also faking having did now. Sorry, I have pneumonia, so um she's faking. She has where like you have multiple personalities, like
Oh yeah.
dissociative identity disorder or something like that.
Yeah, DID.
Yeah, that's her new growth.
Really?
Yep.
But she talks about how she has so much anxiety, but she doesn't have any medication. She isn't seeking therapy. She's not. TikTok is her
Hey.
therapy. Let me tell you something. If social media is the only place that you're getting therapy, you are in the wrong place.
But
But
yeah,
anything to get money.
she's faking having did now.
Wow. You're deplorable.
And then, like, when you do open mic, I'll end up coming back up because I have a few people that A, I've been watching, and B, oh, Faye, your favorite.
Okay.
But that was it with Sheena. I didn't know if you had seen that part of
I
it, but
did
yeah, no,
not.
she's faking. She's saying she got diagnosed with DID, and that's why she doesn't remember everything. She's excusing some of her terrible behavior because of the DID. Like, yeah,
Be okay. Thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome.
I just added that to the note about Sheila. Jesus Christ. That's like Tatted Faye and her fake Tourette's. Like, come on. Why do you need to add something else to the nonsense? I don't cover her often, but boy, when she pisses me off, she'll be on the grid. Let's see. Who else? I just need to bring this up. Now, I didn't watch this myself, but somebody told me this. They got married. They got married. And then he beat her ass, knowing that she's pregnant by him. And I said to y'all when I talked about these two, I said the idea that somehow you think you are so special. He said he went to prison for 14 years behind his first baby mama. And somehow Cece thought that she was a better woman. He won't do nothing to me. And now he's beat your ass. How do you feel now? And now you have another baby by somebody who shouldn't even be in your presence. But we were jealous because we don't get the love you get. We're jealous because somebody doesn't spend time hugging us in the middle of the day. But you got pregnant by a man that can't get a job. Yep, we're jealous. We're jealous. I know people are sending her money. I don't know if he's back. I don't know if she's still pregnant. I'm just using. She married him, and then he beat her ass, knowing she was pregnant. Oh yeah, we're jealous of all of them. The funny thing is that they feel I could do Gabby better than Gabby if I wanted to. Do they think that what they do is that hard? All I got to do is set my camera up and live my life. I actually have interesting topics I could talk about. I could talk about the teeth thing for 3 hours. I could talk about the news. I could talk about sports. I could talk about literature. I could talk about tech. I could talk about pet ownership. I could talk about relationships. I could talk about mental health. I could talk about medications. I could talk about my needs for a week. And then say, guys, I couldn't cook today because it's cold in Florida. By the way, that cold snap, let me tell you, I thought I left that in Connecticut. But global warming don't exist. When we're seeing snow flurries this deep into Florida, we have a problem. Let me tell you something about Tudor England. Oh, I could talk. I definitely TV, documentaries, movies. What? Oh, Renee, I know she's faking it. Anything to have an excuse. Right, beautiful. Girl, bye. But I just wanted y'all to know what was there to be jealous of. Let me, when I have to turn my heat on, we have a problem. This is Cece and her husband, who was also her abuser, all in a matter of a couple weeks. Okay. Oh, disclaimer. If in fact Kim Rhea is getting healthy, is clean, I support that 110%. I know it is not easy. And I know she was in serious addiction. And I will support anybody needing to get clean. The struggle is real. I've never had it personally, but I've been around it enough. And many of you have educated me in areas I never even considered. I did not key snatched. However, I am not gonna forget that this is the same bitch that was giving money to Lisa that could have unalived her. I'm not. That was manipulating Lisa and the audience for a show that helped Lisa create tickets and obituaries and you name it to get money out of people just to watch the show. That muted and blocked the truth for months. Then created where was it at? Was it Discord? Wherever it was, so that Lisa could get ransacked by one person after another, so that everybody went and followed Dead Inside. And in the moment she had the audience, Lisa was to be no more. And now everybody was there to watch Kim. And how beautiful she was in her hair. Mind you, she even admitted that when people were like, what's the straw for? And she was like, oh, I cut it because I drink sodas, like half sodas. She was like, I can't believe anybody even believed that. And yet y'all did. And yet y'all did and told us we were crazy. So she comes on, and I swear it was literally like watching other scammers' performances. So she comes on from her hospital room. Fair enough, that's where she is. And she claims that her clean date is the day she went to the hospital because she had no choice. Doesn't that sound like what Tim Nash said? He literally OD'd, ended up in the hospital, and that became his sober date. Okay. Mind you, at one point she leans over, has a tissue in her hand, she sniffs something, and then comes back with the tissue. Now, do I know for sure that she was sniffing anything illegal? No. But I also know that she's on a very high dose of medications. So could one be superseding the other? Now, she has three infections, one being a blood infection. Why? Because what she was taking, she said, was laced with, what did she call it? Xylazine? Let me tell you what it is. She was using Trank. And Trank is a legal drug for animals, like horses and pigs and cows, not for human consumption. So she knew what was happening. But the problem with Trank is that it begins to deteriorate your body, your skin in particular. It is very easy to get infections because it is breaking down your epidermis, which you already have bacteria on your epidermis. It's a necessary thing, but that's why when you get a cut, a bruise, or something, you can end up with a bacterial infection that can then turn into a blood infection. There we go. So she comes on and she says she's not here for anything but support. But then she tells us that she was homeless for a bit and people were helping her out. Was it people from TikTok helping you out? People that you got from when you were supporting Lisa? And I'm watching people, oh my God, you're so beautiful in your hair. And I'm like, y'all are ready to rip Lisa's head off. If she comes on for 30 seconds, people are telling her to unalive herself and everything else. But the person who was keeping her in her full-blown addiction for months gets handed with kitty gloves because she's sitting in a hospital bed? Now, Smokey, if she didn't want to talk to Lisa, fine. But what I have always said is her and Lisa are still in cahoots. They have never left each other. Why? Because they're both addicts and they're both hustlers. And when I see a hustler, I know a hustler. When you are a hustler, you are a hustler. And I'm going to get to her hustling. Could she not have wanted Lisa in the box because she doesn't want Lisa to change anybody's mind about who she still is right now? Because she said, I'll always love Lisa. Well, you should. You kept her in her addiction longer. You helped her connive people out of money. What I also find interesting is you had all of this money to take care of Lisa, but then you became homeless? Where was all of the money that you were no longer sending to Lisa? Great Lumpy, as they say, we do recover. Then it was, I have a big decision to make. And it's either choosing, making this choice or going home and just succumbing to the infections. But I don't want to talk about it. So then why do we know about it? She must have brought up this choice over and over and over again. Now, I don't know if she's told anybody, but what I think it is she has to have an amputation of something. And she's like, people are like, what do you mean you got to make a choice? If it's going to save your life, well, it's hard to make the choice to save your life when you don't care about your life. So if you don't care about your life, why do you want support? Excellent, happy mama. Why do you want support? Just go make your decision. So then she says she doesn't want to associate with Dead Inside anymore. And then she talks about how, wait, she said that she didn't realize how bad bullying was over the internet and how it can take an effect on people's lives. Is she serious? Do you know today in her Discord that she created around Lisa, whenever Lisa go live, it says Cracky is live. Cracky is live, but you didn't realize bullying took a toll? You call her Cracky when you yourself are a Cracky. Are you serious? She claims she went into a deep depression and isolated herself and stopped talking to everybody. And that when she interacted, she got bullied back. When you say you got bullied back, that implies that you bullied first and then they bullied back. So were you upset that people bullied you back? Make that make sense. Don't worry, I took a lot of notes. So then she says that she's going to make changes and that she's going to change her Discord, which she hasn't, and that she's creating a website and she can't wait until y'all see it. It's going to be a blog of sorts while she goes through this process. I thought you hadn't made a decision. What process are we talking about? And then she said the thing I was waiting for. She said, I'm creating merch. Merch for what, Kim? Merch for what? If you are just here, most people, when they create a blog, whether it be their real life, whether it be their work life, a health condition, it's about a diary, right? A way to express themselves. Many therapists will tell you, write it down. It helps get it off your soul. And it is then also meant to help other people. And you're already thinking about merch. But we're not hustling. We're not here to ask anybody for anything. But you're already thinking and creating merch for a blog that you haven't even wrote one line for. When I see a hustler, I see the hustle. So after going on and on about her condition and this decision, she wants to talk about positive things. But then threatened the chat that if they didn't get her to 200,000 likes, she was going to end the live. For what? For what? Facts. What does likes have anything to do with this serious condition, with your return, with your seeking support? See, when it's real support, you don't have to ask for jack diddly squat. Then she did something that made me want to reach through the phone and smack the shit out of her, and I'm not even kidding. She says, oh, thank you, Sandy. She says, hold on, let me find it in my notes. Wait. She talked about how she called her nursing staff and the housekeeper staff like her workers, her butlers. I'm sorry. She called them her butlers. And then she said, because they have to respond to her in a minute, and she doesn't even have to pay for it. Excuse me? They are not your personal servants. Then she says, watch and see how fast I get a hot chocolate. And then she calls, and of course she's nice and polite, and can you please bring me a hot chocolate? And then she hangs up, and then she's like, watch and see how fast I get it. Excuse me? And y'all is just in there laughing and joking and ha. How would you feel if your family member was a nurse and she was on TikTok talking about they're my butlers? Bitch, they're there to save your life. It is a job, but it is not just to serve you personally. It could be you or any other person in a hospital bed, and they're going to take care of them the exact same way. But she loves y'all, and she's just here for support. She talks about how bad the food is. Now, let's remember, she's sick. She was depressed. She has to make a life-altering decision. She was homeless. The food is bad. But she doesn't need you to send her anything. Just know that a friend of hers sent her an Uber Eats card to use. I'm sorry. You do not get off the hook with me that fast. Correct, Crystal. And let's remember, she's getting an opioid every day. So clean as in I'm not buying it off the street? Maybe. But I need the larger community to literally grab some common sense. I realize that it's not actually that common, but I'm pouring it out to you right now. Pick it up for free. What's wrong with y'all? Anybody could just say anything and now all is right with the world? Y'all aren't even listening to her closely enough. She just told y'all she's creating a blog and designing merch. For what? Oh, right. She weighs 79 pounds. She did say that. She looks like a shell of herself. That wasn't just depression, that was using. She actually looks worse than Lisa does right now. That is a crazy statement. But somehow she's better than Lisa? Like, come on. I'm sorry. But she doesn't get a pass from me. And she definitely, like, even when I saw her in the hospital and I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on, she still didn't get a pass. But then after listening to her, she literally counted down the seconds until people got her to 200,000 likes. And then after she got it, she was like, I'm just kidding. You literally counted down from 30. How was that kidding? And then as soon as she got the 200,000 likes, it was give me the 250,000. Again, for what? Share out the live, get people in here. For what? Please have a little discernment. Have a little common sense. Have a critical eye. Don't just accept everything that everybody tells you. Don't even have to accept everything I tell you. Go back and look for yourself and see if what I say is accurate or not. But the idea that somehow we're jumping on this bandwagon with her, yeah, I'm going to stay. My bandwagon is over here. Police are on their way to Christina right now. For what? Because people are talking about her on the internet, or Kaden did something else. Oh my God. I don't even want to hear about it. I don't even want to hear about it. She loves every minute of it. Because every time he does it, she's right back with him. So she could kick rocks. Goodness, it's already 9 o'clock. Dang. I might not get to everybody. So I just want to bring her up quickly. We all know this as the refrigerator lady who uses a picture of the refrigerator in varying conditions. For anybody who is even considering it, and I was able to stop 2 people from giving her money. So she started this whole thing about, she's pregnant again by a man who cheats on her, doesn't provide, and steals from her and her children. How do we, this is at least her 3rd child. And you still making dumb decisions. So then she claimed that she needed to get away from him, that she was in a dangerous situation. And she was calling shelters in Alabama and Georgia. Mind you, coldest time of the year, right? Right as the storm is coming to hit. What do you think is going to be available? But what did she want from people? She wanted a hotel. You know what? Florida's getting on my nerves. It was just so cold. We had to turn our heat on, and now they got a red flag warning. You know what? I can't take it. Anyway, she needed to get away from him. It was a dangerous situation, and she had people giving her money to get a hotel room. Hey, Emily, I missed you, my dear. Have a wonderful day at work. She had people giving her money for a hotel. How is the refrigerator the same? How the refrigerator the same, boo? We in the same refrigerator, but I thought we were leaving. I thought we had to get our kids out of there. I thought we were moving on. Heidi Landers. I heard about her the other day, but I haven't seen her yet. You know who I also haven't seen? Carla. I saw Martina came back for a second, but I haven't watched it yet. So we're right back to the refrigerator and her kids being hungry and using her daughter to act. And it's terrible because this is what's funny. She will mute everything else and sit in silence. But when her daughter is coming up saying she's hungry, somehow she's always unmuted. The cops are with Christina. I hope the cops say, girl, you keep taking them back. Go kick rock. Gossip thoughts. I guess I missed the. Oh, Kim. Yeah, you did. You can go watch it on YouTube. You know exactly how I feel about you. And I think that you're full of shit. I have no problem saying it with my whole chest. So yeah, you missed the part about you. Somehow I'm supposed to be afraid because you ain't here? I'm never. I say everything with my whole chest. You sat there and supported Lisa in her addiction all that time. Muted and blocked people telling the truth. I don't care that you report me. I do not care. I do not care. You don't want anything, but now you're doing merch for a blog you haven't even created yet? You do a countdown because you're demanding that people give you 200,000 likes? Yeah, I said what I said. I said what I said. And now I'm moving on. You want to watch what I said? Go watch it on YouTube. It'll be up later. I talked about exactly what you did on that live. Butterfly is the one that always shows her refrigerator and talks about how hungry her kids are. But the kids go to school. The kids get breakfast and lunch. Why are your children starving? You told me that you got your EBT on the 15th. Well, the 15th has come and gone, and the refrigerator remains empty. I don't add anybody that I talk about. I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You'll get no special treatment. I don't add a single person. So she's still doing the exact same thing. How many days do we have? We have a few more days till her next EBT. And I guarantee you the refrigerator will still be open on the 15th. Kim, let me tell you something. I already got into a conversation with you and told you exactly how I feel about you. I have no problem. There's nothing scared about me anywhere. I literally, when you were letting people drag Lisa on that live, I got in the box and I told you then, are you going to take responsibility for the things you did? Everybody's up here dragging Lisa, but you were the one funding her behind the scenes. You were the one making up stuff so she could lie about going to rehab. You were the one creating obituaries. Are you going to take responsibility? And what did you do? You dropped me. So don't talk about anything I can't handle because I said something to you directly and you dropped me. So please go have a seat. Go run over there and tell that. Go live and go run your mouth because here it's not going to work. Nobody is afraid of you. Nobody cares about anything you have to say. No, it's not. Why are you always in my business?
Fair enough. I mind my own digital business over here. What can I help you with today?
Not a damn thing.
Right then. Catch you later.
Always in my business. I love when people think that I'm afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of what? He's always in my business. Always. So then why are you here if I'm not relevant? If I'm completely irrelevant, go away. I'm not here to be relevant for you at all. I'm here to wake people up to your hustle. That's why I'm here. I could care less about you. Yep, I did. I sure did with my whole chest. Both of them are going? Really? Oh, they're with them. Oh, I thought you were saying they were both getting arrested. Okay, thank you, Splash. What you gonna do? Show them the pictures from the other day? Come on, man. I'm not relevant. Okay. Oh, I bet she is. I wish Kaden would actually have enough of a spine to show them the truth. She had TikTok president call 911 for her. What? Why she couldn't call by herself? Again, all manipulation. Well, Gossip thought I moved on from you, so you can go now. Exactly, beautiful. What? He punched her face, but wait. It's going so fast. He punched her face, but no mark. She says it's swollen, but it's not. Oh, Money Bees is live. Yo, I swear she watches me in the morning. I swear. Because as soon as I finish talking about her, she goes live. And somebody go see if she's live with the refrigerator open. Talking about the kids haven't eaten. It's a little bit after 9 here. She's in Savannah, Georgia. So her kids should already be in school. Thank you, Granny Annie. Next. These people kill me. I don't know who I want to do. I'll leave Alexander for the end. No, it's a picture. It's a picture of a fridge. I'm sorry. I'm going to do Alexander last. I saw that, Connie. I wrote her name down. I've been seeing her, but I haven't watched her for myself. And y'all know I don't talk about anybody unless I've watched it myself. So we got to go back a few days. So I told y'all before I took the break that, and again, I want to thank everybody. Thank you for your kind words. I want to thank you for all of the messages, the prayers, everything. I appreciate it. So I told y'all that when they don't need anybody, they don't come live. And I talked about the scriptures that he was quoting. and how I was personally, as a spiritual person, offended by it. I'm not mad by it. I can see the encouragement in the words. My issue is you only want to apply the scriptures that fit your narrative. And that's not how the Bible works. It's a two-edged sword. The Bible is a two-edged sword. It will support you and slice you at the same damn time. It'll fight for you and condemn you at the exact same time. Because we're all imperfect, so we're all falling short of the glory of the Lord. I'm a sinner just like everybody else. But I'm not going to use the Bible to say, come take care of me. When the Bible says that if I'm not taking care of myself, I should need. Yeah, I saw that, May. So he claims that he had so much to say that he wrote it down. You get in a notebook like me? You got a notebook like me? I hope she gets arrested too, because I'm sick of her nonsense. He was so upset because he doesn't really like the app. That was the first thing. And so when he got Angela home from the hospital, he got sick shortly thereafter. Then the snowstorm. He doesn't like coming on here. You don't like coming on here? Because if you don't like coming on here, delete your account and don't come back on here. But what I know and what I told you is he will always come back on here just as they need money for the room. And they're not asking for a day at a time anymore. They want the whole week covered. And then, of course, he can't stay off of Reddit. So he was upset about what happened with Reddit and the Reddit page about them. I have nothing to do with it. I don't even go there very often because I don't need to. I talk about what you do on TikTok and the nonsense. But as always, as he brings up what other people do that may or may not be deplorable, he'll say my name. I knew she would be Granny Annie. Thank you for checking it out. The kids shouldn't even be home. They should be at school. Why is your refrigerator open? And what did you do with the money that people sent you to be in a hotel room when you are still in that house? And why are you pregnant by a man that isn't taking care of y'all? Oh, God. Then he talks about how when they're not even on here, he can't imagine the amount of crap. One thing I can tell you about me is when you're not here, I don't talk about you. Oh, here, let me just show you real quick. I have nails on and they are giving me the hardest time. Money Bees, the one who keeps her refrigerator, a picture of her empty refrigerator open, she's pregnant. Yes. Pregnant with no way to feed the 2 kids she already has, and now we're about to have a third. So, I have talked about you because for now, over a year, I've been talking about how you've been taking advantage of the people in your chat. It is 2026. And the only difference is that now you're asking for a week at a time. I know you want to use the cellulitis incident to say that this is why Angela can't work. She's so sickly. And of course, because she's so sickly, you can't leave her side. And of course, now it's wintertime, so we can't be in the car because it's too cold. But that's the same excuse when it's too hot. How about when it was pleasant weather? Why didn't you save up the money then so you wouldn't need so much now? But no, y'all continue to stay in hotels. He calls Reddit the wild, wild west where anything goes. Why do you go over there then? Then he said, if him posting Bible verses offends us, then he isn't sorry. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But how come when somebody sends you a Bible verse about you working, you get mad? It goes both ways, you see. It's the audacity for me. He says he's a God-fearing man doing his best, but you leave out the scriptures that would condemn your lifestyle, that would hold you responsible to yourself. See, the Bible is a mirror. And if you read what a husband was, you would know you were falling short, but you avoid those scriptures. You don't put those up, do you? It only serves one purpose, and that's to manipulate God-fearing people who follow you into giving you money because they think you're God-fearing. And when you're getting that money good, you start questioning God and religion and the people in your town who go to church and the pastors who have ignored you. But when you need their money, none of that is said. See, I have a long memory, sir. Do we remember all the stories where he talked bad about the pastors who had given him money over and over and over again? And then when they stopped giving him money because they realized that this was the scam, suddenly they became bad and ungodly? I remember. You have a nerve to ask God for blessings and forgiveness while you are still asking people to take care of you every day. How about instead of you tallying the number of videos and posts and things that are on Reddit, you tally the amount of money you've gotten in the last year? How about you tally that? Tally that and come back and tell us, because I know it has to be over $20,000. Tally that and then let's have a conversation. You want to claim that you wrote down all of the things that we claim we don't do that we do? Let's go tit for tat, Tim. You tell me everything that I do that I say I don't do, and I'll talk to you about all the times that you talked about things that you lied about. We can go tit for tat. Let's do it. He claimed that the reason why their Medicaid and EBT and all of that was messed up was because of TikTok. Was it that, or was it the big beautiful bill that made states require everybody to refile because new rules came out? But you always want to blame everything on TikTok. Then you tried to lie and say it's because you uploaded it to the wrong case. That isn't possible. Really, Amanda? I wonder what she got disconnected for. Now, I don't agree with people calling the state unless you're committing a crime. Because isn't he the same person who said that if you have come in this country illegally, it is a crime, and therefore you have committed a crime to get deported from the country? So we're going to hold the same standard. If you're committing a crime, it should be reported, right? A crime for a crime. That's true, May May. No, Kaden gets arrested, and she did all of this on live. Again, for what? For the show of it all? So then she could be like, you see, guys, and they're gonna arrest him because of how she acts and the fact that he doesn't have a backbone to stand up for himself. And I guarantee you he'll be right back there tomorrow. Of course she ended to talk to the cop. Because she doesn't want y'all to know everything. She probably is like, okay, is he going to have a bond? Because I'm going to need to beg for the bond. So what do you think it's going to be so I know how much to beg for? Be for real. She does need to go to jail too. And then maybe she'll stop this nonsense. Jody, of course. I wasn't even there to watch it, and I could tell you how it went down. She's going to need their support in all ways. White Sox said, get a life. Let me not talk about him before he gets up. He spouts off this list of things that people have done horrible, but he never says their name. It's always them. What they do, them, this, those over there, but doesn't name them. Name the people who are doing the bad behavior. Don't say my name and include it, because I don't do that stuff. When you go get a job, you make sure you have it long enough to prove to people that you did something, and then you always blame TikTok for the failure. But what I love is how the two of you end up doxing yourselves. So I did the tabulation. If they did $70 a day for a room, because this is what they said. The room is $70 and they have 15, so they only needed 55 for one more day. I did $55 times 365 is $20,075. I should echo. What's 70 times 365?
70 times 365 equals 25,550.
$25,000. And you want to complain that people are talking about you? And you've gotten 25 at least, because that's just for the room. They've gotten money for all other kinds of things. Echo. Stop. They have gotten $25,000 at a baseline. At a baseline. And you want to talk about how people talk about what you look like? Rebecca, before making an assumption, why don't you sit here and watch and listen? You and your wife sit back and lay back and do whatever, and then what? What are you going to do at retirement age? Wait, you said I look like I enjoy it? You seem to. I do. Rebecca, I 100% enjoy this. You know why? Because my goal is to prevent people from being taken advantage of. I don't know. When did it become. What? Where should I feel shame at trying to prevent people from being taken advantage of? Huh? When? So if you don't give anybody money, I'm trying to prevent other people from giving their money. What part of that is wrong? I'll wait. I'll wait. What part of me warning people not to give their money is wrong? And if you'd like the box, you can have one. Because these two, that's not exactly what you're doing, is gossiping. What part? Please get a box. Please get a box. Because you're in the comments disrupting the live. So we can just have a conversation. People don't know. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hello.
Hello. So I'm just curious, Rebecca, do you go to everybody's chat? You know, kind of like you follow TikTok Beggars, Terrible Decision, Ty Verbo. Let's see, five more.
Oh.
Do you do the same thing when you go to their chats too? But you're following them, so they're appropriate for a follow. So you just needed some attention?
Ooh. You follow people that bring awareness to other people, but I'm gossiping?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who said that? Lady, exactly. It's not a it's not a hand up. It's a handout. See, Fallon always comes in, right? When I see, ooh, don't be what? Fallon always comes in clutch. She always has it right on time. Right on time.
Got a whole lot to say in the comments, but not a box, huh,
Of
Rebecca?
course not. Anyway, I'm done with Rebecca. Rebecca, you could stay if you like. You could leave if you like. I'm going to do what I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that's stay focused because I got one more person to discuss. So you can either stay and hear it all out, or you can, like, right. Peace out. The streets
Oh,
have eyes, and so does TikTok.
yes. And also, while I'm up here, while you've got Tim and Angela up and you've just got through spitting facts, 10 girl. So, number 53 in the comments in the viewer list on December 29th, you got blocked the night before and you were talking to your daughter in law or daughter, I can't remember, and you messaged them
Oops, she must have got a call. Y'all don't even bother to go back and forth with Rebecca. Okay,
Okay, I'm
go
sorry. People are calling.
No problem.
So I wanted to ask while you just got through spitting facts on Tim and Angela, 10 girl, um, she was number 53 in the comments in the viewer listing. And on December 29th, she asked why she got blocked. She was trying to talk to her sister or her daughter or somebody in the comments and she got blocked, which I'm sure that Jessie Fields blocked her because she recognized you from over here, 10 girl or T. And you begged Tim and Angela to unblock you. And you've been over there ever since. But then you come over here on Mondays and Wednesdays. And I'm just curious why. Why support? What is so riveting that Tim and Angela are doing that you have to beg to be unblocked from that?
When other people stream them.
Yes, there's a plethora of people. There's some that talk and do commentary and spit facts. There's some that don't say anything at all. But you begged to be unblocked from your burner account T to unblock your main 10 girl. But then you also do the same thing in Jeff Gainey's chat. You've been doing that since June
Oh,
3rd.
Jeff Gainey?
I don't
I can't
understand what's
even
so
block
riveting about taking advantage of people. Yes, beggars enablers, that's her. 10 girl 126. Or is it 26? 10 girl 26, yeah.
I I think they might be here just so that they could be a messenger.
That's a shame. All right. Well, I just thought maybe we could get some insight from a supporter. What's so riveting about taking advantage of people and lying about cancer? Tim and Angela lie about cancer for money. And all the things that Dee Dee just said, she spit facts, she's done the calculations, and they're taking advantage of good, kind hearted people. And you're helping them do it with your comments and wanting to be unblocked. I'll be down in the comments. I'm so glad you're back. Bye.
Then he had a nerve to say that he woke up, aggravated and ready for war. Come on, Tim. Let's go. Come on. I'll be the other side of the battle. Come on. I saw Kaden went to jail. I'm so sorry. Come on, Timmy. You ready for war? Let's go. Because you act bold and brash and everything in front of your audience because you know that anybody who says anything back to you will get muted and blocked. But when I got in your box and tried to bring facts to the situation, you dropped me. So I already know, okay, you're ready for war. Then he blocked somebody because they followed me. Tim, what's the problem? Why can't somebody follow the both of us? Why? Because you don't want anybody who hears the truth about your nonsense in your comment section? Because I thought you said listen to them and then watch you and make the decision yourself. But now we're clocking people for just following me? They had to get evicted from their own family's home. You already know that something is wrong with them.
I just want to hop up real quick and say, watch some girl, Jaden something just came in here, and she is an Alexander go-to person.
Oh, great. Let's. Great. Thank you for letting me know. Stick around. What is her
Uh,
name?
Jaden something, Jada something.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes,
Yep.
ma'am.
Got it. Thank you. I
Yep.
love the eyes in here. Jada,
All
stick
right.
around. Jada, Jaden, whatever. Stick around. Say hello, as a matter of fact, because I'm about to get to your person in a moment. But let me finish with these two. I think they thought I was gone for real. Like, oh, digital hasn't come live. She must be gone. Ha! All I did was build myself up. He says that I talk rough about them. Rough. Because I tell the truth. I literally look at what you do and say and then interpret it so that people could understand that it's manipulation. That's talking rough about you. Oh, yes, Jade Ray Taylor's version. I've seen you in his lives before. Welcome in, baby. And while he is like going off, all of a sudden, his wife interjects, who has the best fries? I have several pet peeves. One of my pet peeves is that when people are talking about a serious issue and someone interjects with a joke, that is a pet peeve of mine. Are we being serious or are we not? And then the chat just goes along. Oh, well, I like Cane's and I like Wendy's. And are y'all serious? But it's serious when they asking for that 305. I don't body shame. I don't talk about the way you look. I don't talk about your size. In fact, did you tell your chat that I did an entire raising the consciousness about the fact that you don't have to be fat or lazy or in the bed all the time to have cellulitis? Did you tell them that? See, if you're going to talk about me, if you're going to bring up what I say, be fair. Tell them both sides of the coin. Or don't bring me up at all. Because, see, when you're telling the truth about something, I have no problem saying so. I have said, do not fat shame. Do not body shame. Don't even talk about the way they look, because what they look like has nothing to do with the scam unless they're using it for the scam. Hey, awful one. You want people to pay for your room, but you got money to go to Wendy's. Oh, and by the way, they're desperate to get laundry done. What do you pay for in your life? What do you do to earn money to take care? And he's like, we just had a problem and people are, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. If your wife is as sick as she is, where is her Social Security hearing? I'm not even saying she could have gotten it. Have you gotten a lawyer by now? Is she going to the doctor to provide the documentation? They're going to be in this exact same spot 6 months from now. Watch and see. Now, good morning, Scam. Wait, what? Just begged. Who thinks it's cute to take advantage of people's kindness? Exactly, Irish girl. These people come in here and try to come at me as if I'm the one scamming people. But you know, I don't care. I'm not scared of a single person in here. Not at all. I just got to bring her up real quick. So she again is pregnant. I believe this is baby number 7. She's pregnant by a man that she doesn't even know. It's so bad that the family has already said they want full custody. She is now homeless again, carless again, jobless again, pregnant, asking people to pay for her food and hotel rooms, and she's on live joking about how he got mad at her because she told him he had a small member and now he doesn't want to do it with her anymore and she's craving him. And then people in the comments are like, you need a rose. Now on most occasions I'll be like, all these women that are planning after these men and sending them money need a battery operated boyfriend. But are y'all serious? She has another mouth to feed in her belly. She can't even afford to feed herself, but y'all want her to get a rose. So anyway, I was telling Mr. about it, and Mr. was like, she need a rose because she need to keep her legs closed. I was like, ooh, you are correct. But there are grown women in there. And I said something. I was like, all the mature women in here, and y'all don't got nothing to say? Y'all gonna let these 20-year-old girls and her joke about a life that she has in her belly? She already has 6 kids she don't take care of. Why not just be a surrogate? Then at least you can make some money. You just popping out kids for no reason. I know. Don't tell him he's right. Please. That's all he needs. It's ridiculous. And y'all in there kikiing and laughing and ha-ha and oh, this is funny. And oh my God, I can't believe you said that to him. And she's thinking about blocking him because he's not coming to this and he's not doing that and he's not taking care of her. You shouldn't be pregnant by a 40-year-old man you barely know. Why would he take care of you? Why don't you take care of yourself? Let's talk about this charming sack of something. For the women who sit in his live and fawn over him and think that he is the best thing since sliced bread. Let me pull up a chair. Let me talk to you. He has a baby mama, which means he has a baby. And I don't mean a baby. He has a child. You are paying for a grown, able-bodied, childish, animal unaliver, jailbird to live. Why don't you send the money to help his child? Because he isn't taking the money you're sending and taking care of his child. He actually said that he wouldn't take a job for $18 an hour because he knows his worth. Well, wouldn't you take that money to take care of your child? But I learned some things from Terrible Decision that makes it make sense for me. So, and all for one too, I heard about what you discovered. So, first of all, he tried to get a pit mix from a animal shelter. They refused him. So he got his friend to get it. He got the dog. And the judge said this is the worst abuse of an animal he has ever seen in his years on the bench. He was using the dog's mouth to put out cigarettes. Correct, Berries. He claims the dog came at him, so he took the dog to a park, tied the dog to a park bench, and used a sharp object to unalive him, and then left the dog there. Then when he got home, threw out all of the dog's items and told the roommate who got the dog that the dog ran away. And he thought that he would only get probation, and was shocked that they locked him up for 3 to 6. So the 3 years he was in prison, guess what he wasn't doing? Taking care of his child.
Someone was detected at your front door.
But I bet you he was somebody's bitch locked up. Is that the $121,000? Because I also know that he has to pay restitution. And then is it all for one that there was an incident at a Walmart and he owes $121,000? So is that why you don't want a job? Because you know that 90% of your check is going to go to somebody else that you owe money to? Good morning.
Good morning, beautiful. So what it is he stole from an ATM machine with a group of guys. That was the robbery at the bank. And they utilized a air pew to commit the crime. The other one is $312,000
Ooh.
restitution to Walmart. And it was a group of individuals, including him, that were involved in it. I have the receipts if you need them.
Please send them to me.
Yes, ma'am. And it involved some kind of an elaborate plan that they had planned. It was a group of individuals that planned this. They went to court, lost, and that's the restitution they have to pay back to Walmart for the false charges. That, they were claiming that Walmart was liable for.
Wow.
And that's why he doesn't want to have a job or get a job, because he knows that as soon as he gets the job, he's going to get garnished. The other thing you got to also think about, too, is the child support that he also gets. He is on his baby mama's EBT card.
And spent it.
Correct. And then whatever funds come into him actually goes to the baby mama. She then in turn transfers it to him, which is money laundering, technically. He is a very vile and not a good person to be around. He blocks and mutes anybody that immediately gets into his life that doesn't support him, doesn't give him money, doesn't give him gifts, period.
You know what's funny about that, though?
What?
I've been in there 4 times, haven't liked, said hello, nothing. And for some reason, he don't catch me. I don't know why.
Well, you're lucky. You're one of the lucky few. Because I was in there last night under a ghost account, and he literally found me and blocked me.
So, my thing is this. I saw somebody, was it you, Jada? I'm not sure, who said, people keep messaging me and I'm blocking them. Why can't people realize that people change? Tell me what he has done to show you that he's changed. I will wait.
He hasn't done anything. I mean, most that he's changed is hotel rooms, which is also another problematic situation for him because he constantly smokes in the rooms, and some
And
of the
gets
hotel
kicked out.
rooms are non-smoking.
Yep. And he gets kicked out and then blames them. Okay. So, but Jade Ray, you support him. So I would love, and I'm not going to attack you. That's not what I do. I would love for you to come in a box and explain why this grown, able-bodied man with a child he's not taking care of deserves any attention, any money, any compassion. I'd love to know.
3 children, 2 baby moms.
Oh,
Correct.
he literally said he wouldn't get a job at $18 an hour.
There's videos of him saying he's not sorry about what he did with the animal. He would do it again and blah, 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 blah.
And
They're
let's
on
not
my,
forget that he's a racist.
yes, they're on
Oh,
my, I
Waco.
reposted them all.
Yep, he's a racist. So we
And
already
that,
have a problem.
and that Jada chick, check your messages. I messaged you yesterday. I was in there all day while you were in there. I messaged you. And the only reason I got blocked is I was messaging people and I was on ghost mode. And that girl, Lovely, I messaged her and she said K and went back and messaged him and said this person messaged me. And that's how I got blocked.
Yeah, I always use another phone and a different account to message people because that's what they do.
That's exactly what I do.
Why does he deserve protection from the truth? I would love. Why does he deserve protection from the truth? Because this is the thing. Do the women who are supporting him know? Now, let me tell you what started me off with him that pissed me off. So he's on other socials, right? Or he'll convince women, oh, yeah, hit me up on Snapchat. We don't know what he tells them on Snapchat, but it's enough that it gives them, they give him money. And then
Digital.
when they come back to TikTok and they say, hi, like you see me here, he's like, why you want attention here? And it's like, why would I want you? And all the
Digital.
women in there are laughing. You're a pick-me. Why are you laughing at women who I am sure he's giving them the illusion that something could happen? They're giving him money, but they're not good enough to get a hello in the live. There was a married woman giving him money. Yo, do you know what Mister would do if I was taking his hard-earned money and giving it to another able-bodied man? And then he had a nerve yesterday to stand on live and talk about how this is a job, how his phone costs money. Well, if you're only using your phone for TikTok, sell the phone. And then you don't have a problem. He said that he's let it pass for 2 months, that he's borrowed money to pay the phone, and he's not going to do it a third month. If y'all aren't giving him enough money and enough gifts to cover his phone, even though y'all are paying for hotels, food, smoke, and he has a real thing with coffee, and that's, child, that is lockup central. Somebody who needs coffee that much that they crash out. But let's not forget that he also does 30 minutes at a time for truck drivers.
Hey, Digital.
Yes.
That girl Christy is also his sister-in-law that goes in there. I have a full-fledged conversation with her. I will send it to whoever wants it. I don't care who it is, and I don't care if they know who it is. The thing of the whole thing is she is just as vile as he is.
Oh,
She
God.
thinks everything he does is the proper way of doing things.
Of course, because she would love to do it. She would love to do it.
Hey, Digital.
Yes, sir.
I've also found out information in the past that he likes to send pictures to people.
Go figure.
Yes, for a price.
Of
What a
course.
scumbag. All right, I gotta go.
He is absolutely a scumbag. But then he stands there, and he's like, I could message people on the back end and get the money, but y'all are sitting here in my face and y'all aren't tapping and y'all aren't sending gifts, and that's what I'm here for. You only want the money this way so that the government can't get it. You are sorry. You are ridiculous. You need to grow up. And you can take your racist ass over there.
And I want to make mention too. He has multiple prison tattoos all over his body, but the one that he rarely will ever show is the one that's on his chest.
Chest. Yep.
The one that will definitely get him nannered off his life. That's why he won't show it.
Yep. But I bet you, as a black woman, if I said I got $100 for you, he would take it.
Oh, I'm sure he would. Well, first off, because you're a woman. He targets
Correct.
women.
Yes. And he thinks he is God's gift to women. Who wants women? Women. Who wants him? He won't get a job. He can't take care of you. He would leech off of you. If you did marry him, you could potentially then be on the hook every tax return you get going to Walmart. You want kids with him and he already has 3 he doesn't take care of? What is it just that you want a bad boy? There are plenty of bad boys that aren't scum like him.
He used a woman from Ireland for hundreds of dollars. She was sending him money in hopes that he would travel over to Ireland to be with her. And when
He
she
can't leave
finally,
the country.
yeah, well, I'm just saying, he knew that. And then and it gets even in depth. He knew that she wanted him to come over there. He refused and she stopped giving him the money. So what did he do? He kicked her to the curb.
Yep.
And
Because
then
that's what they do.
he even said about Canada. Somebody suggested about going up to Canada to work. And then he's like, why would I go up to Canada when I could stay down here? And if I go up to Canada, I'll get a job up there. And then if I lose that job, then I'm going to be right back on the streets again. Well, yeah, you probably would because you don't get along with people.
Babs, let me tell you, when Cat Daddy went in there last night talking about the trucker, all he could do was smile. And he got a little flush in the face. It was hilarious to watch.
He likes that aspect of truckers. So do I feel pervient to say that the door swings both ways for him?
It
Probably.
may. It may.
Yep.
Yes, Holly, I believe, is the young lady that sent him $3,000, but I might be wrong. And guess what? He's obsessed with her now that she's no longer sending money. Why?
The
Because
other
she
thing,
sent the most and it was the easiest to get it out of her. And now that she doesn't want to send it anymore, you're obsessed with her. Then it was like, I want a bus ticket and y'all haven't sent it. Like, what's the problem? What? Have you once asked, is your child fed? Are they clothed? Do they have housing? Can you guys just do me a favor and send something to my baby mama so my son or my daughter or my whatever could have such and such? It is all about him all of the time. And I don't understand how one woman can stand there and see this nonsense, know what he's doing, and be like, I'm okay with that.
the other thing he does digital is take advantage of DoorDash. He sat
Yes.
there the other night. He turned around and removed a burger from Whataburger, called in, complained, and turned around and got a refund. I don't know how much he got on that. I think it was like $6. But the night before he did it with something else. The night before he did it with something else. He's always taken advantage of them.
And
And
listen to me. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to.
and
I
the
don't
other
want to.
thing is, no matter if these people, these women or whatever, they're desperate women, do this, send him money, it's going to go to Kelly, and Kelly is just going to give it to him anyway. She's not going to use it for the children. So please just keep your money to yourselves.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
help nobody on this site.
Right. Listen. Yes, Detroit Nike used to do the same thing. I'm not suggesting that you give her the money for the kids. She's not. Apparently, her parents, actually, the one that's in the lives, her parents take care of the kids, and that's why. But my point is, he hasn't asked for anything for his children. It's all about him. Yes. Let me just tell you about how rude that is. Again, people feel like it's a company, it's victimless. Do you know DoorDashers could lose their job? How many videos have we seen where their accounts get suspended on DoorDash because somebody got their food and then claimed that they didn't get it to get the refund? They will take the money from the Dasher. If the store confirms they sent it, the Dasher agreed to pick it up, they will suspend their account. And for some people, that is their full-time job. So you're not only just hurting the Dasher, they have a family. But you want to sit here and laugh at that nonsense as if it's no big deal, it's just $6? When you
And
watched him, but let me just tell you, because Terrible Decision reached out to DoorDash and let them know, showed them the video that that's what he had done. So his DoorDash account might lose. He might lose it. And I think he should. Because what do you mean? He did it 2 nights in a row on live. How stupid can you be? But he
I've
didn't
even called.
care.
I've even called DoorDash. I
he
have
even
their
did it.
number.
He did it with Dunkin' Donuts yesterday. He tried to pay with his points from the night before from DoorDash, but DoorDash wasn't letting it go through. He confronted the lady at the desk at Dunkin' Donuts for his coffee. She gave it to him. I don't know if he ever paid for it or not, but turned around. He canceled the order on DoorDash, and I know he didn't have no money otherwise, so I don't know if he paid for the coffee or not, but he actually got a free coffee yesterday morning from Dunkin'
Probably
Donuts.
because he uses intimidation. But let me tell you one thing about little boys that get out of jail and they're tough. They were bitches in jail. They
They're pocket
learn to be
holders.
tough from other people in jail. And then they come out and they try to have that tough persona. He was a bitch in jail, I promise. And so now he's coming out and he's going to be God's gift to women. He's going to have his truckers though. And because he probably got used to it while he was locked up. And he probably did a lot of it for protection because he looked just like a bitch.
Hey, all for
Just
one, I got
like
a
a bitch
question for
from
you.
jail.
Yeah.
All for one,
So
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Are you, as being a felon, are you allowed to carry something you stick something with
No.
and
No.
no,
a
No.
zapper?
No.
that's a violation of his probation.
Well, there we
Correct.
go.
So
He's got a zapper on him and he's got a
A
sticker.
yeah, a pointy, sharp
Yep.
object.
Yep.
And the blade is longer than what is even allowed at that, even if he was allowed to have one,
So my
which we all
question
know
is,
he's
you're
not.
a tough guy, but you need a zapper and an illegal weapon? I
Yep.
thought you was tough. I thought you got this.
He's asked for receipts before about a situation, and I've requested twice to get into his box, and both times he's blocked me and muted me and got rid of me because he doesn't want the actual truth.
No.
Henceforth, the reason why we put lives together and hold awareness lives because we put out the facts and truth.
Jade, are you still here? Jada Ray? I'm just asking. Because I want to meet the person who finds him acceptable. Like, he is the kind of person that his mama loves.
I don't even know if his mom would love that. Be
I know,
honest
I
with
don't,
you.
but you
I'd be
know what I mean.
ashamed to
Like, a
be his
mama's
father.
gonna love you regardless. Why strangers on TikTok are taking care of him, it blows my mind.
Now, don't forget, DD, he also has a friend that is a lawyer, and
Who
he can
cares?
get free lawyer representation,
Oh, okay.
according to
Well, it
him.
hasn't worked out for you, sir, because you still ended up locked up for 3 years. So I'm gonna need you to go. They all have a lawyer though, don't they? What is it? 1-800-lawyer? Or did your mama buy? Remember back in the day where you could buy that service where you would have a lawyer on call 24/7? I actually have that on my phone. So if I
We're
ever get pulled over, I could call a lawyer and have them on the phone. Like, go sit down. Like somebody's afraid of you.
we're dating ourselves when we talk about that stuff, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yes. That. Listen, everybody knows I'm 52, and anybody who has a joke about it, get to my age.
I got
That's
you.
all
I
I have to
got you.
say.
I
Get
got you by
here.
3 years.
My biggest thing, DD, and the takeaway from this, and I'm going to drop then, is I want everyone to look at your picture and of him and look at the soulless eyes that that man has with what he did to Sterling, the dog, and understand that you're supporting somebody, regardless of whether it was 20 years ago, you're supporting somebody that has, in my opinion, no soul in those eyes.
Oh, yes. I said that the other night. He looks like Wade Wilson eyes. There is literally nothing behind it. It is black.
The
Correct.
thing I say is when he uses that slogan, "Oh, it was years ago I did that," is what I confront people with. Well, listen, if a PD3 DO turned around and did that to a child 8 years ago, would it still be considered the same thing registering for life? Yes, it would. So how can you allow him to get off with just 3.5 years time served and not be considered what he is be considered?
Correct.
His prison time could have ended up being, if I'm correct, it could have been up to, I want to say 20 years. I
He
have the
should have did all
I
records.
that.
think he pled, and that's why he thought he was going to get probation. And the judge was like, "This is the worst case of animal abuse I have ever seen on my time on the bench." Do you know how bad you have to be for a judge to say that?
Yeah. And the animal control officer that was in the courtroom that day cried
Yes,
her
she
eyes out.
did. She sure did.
All
And
right,
they
DD.
knew. They
I'm go-
knew.
I'm gonna drop. Great
Okay, well,
job on
thank
covering
you.
this slime bucket, in my opinion.
I'm going to
Thank
drop and let you
you.
have
Too.
your board back too. Thank you
Yep.
for your time.
Thank
Oh,
you.
no
Take care.
problem. You too. Listen, I believe that this is a community. No one of us can do it all by ourselves. But I got to shout out Terrible Decision and her crew because they absolutely 100% brought me. I already didn't like him based on what I watched. And then they showed me the proof. And I was like, Lord, I do have the news clip. Good morning, Lisa Marie. Oh, you didn't mean to come up? I'm sorry. I should have asked you first. Oh, thank you, Farah. So yeah, um, he might be on the grid a minute because I want to see him lose every single dime. Take care of yourself. It is not other people's responsibility because you put your face on an app to pay your way. You don't even provide any entertainment. You just sit there in front of the camera and complain about what you don't have. And he literally said, there's times that I could wake up, I don't even have to say anything, and there's enough money for the hotel room, the coffee, the smokes, the energy drinks. I don't even have to say anything. Well, honey, welcome to the grid. Because we are going to work you like you work a truck driver and try to remove every single dime of support you get. Because this TikTok thing is going to come to an end. Might take a while, but I'm here for the long haul. Even when y'all think y'all got rid of me, not gonna work. Now, I said I was gonna do open mic. It's gonna have to be quick because my mods have already been here for a long time. So, open mic today is just going to be if there is somebody you want me to watch. But I can't do Beth, and I can't do Austin to Marco. Digital, when you're done, check out the. Okay, Erica.
We have, I guess he's old, he was new to me, and then it's been like me, Dr. Dre, Skittles, Kim, and a few others getting on him, but Crop Duster. His name's Ray. I have a lot, one of his old mods came to me with a lot of information about him. He's blaming us for ruining his life, apparently, because I just got a phone call from one of the people that, we've all been doing this together, and she said that his son was in Dre's live last night. Yeah, he's very vile. Like, yep. We've all tried getting in his boxes, and he just blocks us and blocks us and blocks us and blocks us.
Okay, I've seen his name. I think I watched him for about 2 minutes and
His
then
new
got off.
name is like Sneakers614 or something too. So it was originally Crop Duster, but I think Duster was spelled DUS.
Dustteer.
There
Yep,
we
I've
go.
seen him. Yep, I've
There we
watched
go.
him.
So he's just really like, and then he says like he's not begging. He begs every day. Like one of the first videos I put on my page of him was like, I don't know, him begging for tires for his truck or something.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a DUI. That's everybody else's fault. Like, there's just a lot of information on this guy.
Okay. I wrote your name down too. If I have any questions, I'll come to you about him, okay?
Yeah, they're me, Dr. Dre, Skittles. Like, there's a whole bunch of us. And then I can send you all the screenshots from his old mod, which gives a lot of information. Period.
Okay.
I had sent it to like all four. I sent it to a few people, but I know you were on a hiatus, and I didn't want to overwhelm you, so.
You're good. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you. And I guess that's it.
Hey, Berries.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
everybody. I just wanted to give you an update on Francis.
Ooh.
Francis got $500 a month for 6 months in alimony. So y'all be prepared for the beg.
500 for 6.
500 a month for 6 months.
And I'm only laughing because I said their marriage wasn't long enough. Did she really think a judge was going to make him pay her for the rest of her life? She
Well,
got 6 months to get her ass together.
he doesn't even make that much, and I've heard through the grapevine, I cannot confirm or deny, he's not even working.
Really? He
Yeah,
probably
like Scam Opera
stopped
just
working.
said, her hair costs that much.
Yep. Yes. I
So
love it for
yeah, so
her.
just be prepared. Be prepared for the bag, and that Shirley, or whatever her name is, she rode hard for her when she was begging for the car way back in the day.
Yep.
And she had her battling her the other night, and she's just so sweet and innocent. Blah blah blah. Girl, give me a break. But yeah, I said in on her Reddit, I said she better start hitting them bars for a sugar daddy.
Yep. Because $500 for 6 months is not. She could earn that.
Yeah. Well, she could supplement it herself, but clothes and hair and seafood and Louis Vuittons, oh my. But yeah,
Thank you
I'm
for
gonna
that.
drop.
I
I
needed
just
that.
wanted to give you an update.
Thank you, Berries. I
You're
needed that this
welcome.
morning. Good morning, Mama. Oh, okay. Let me tell you about Mr. Gillis. I was watching Mr. Gillis 2 years ago. He is absolute trash to me. Mama, did you mean to come up? No. Steno girl? I see. Just trying to go in order. Hey, Scam.
Hey, good morning, hon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. So yeah, a few days ago, yeah, I've been watching Randall Gillis. I think you're aware. We had a brief conversation about him off and on for the past 3 years. He's been
Mm-hmm.
very problematic on this app. There have been individuals from many sides of TikTok that have tried to call him out and, um, for everything. He's stolen valor. He is a fake pastor. For those who
Mm-hmm.
don't know, he has faked having lots of different careers, including being a doctor and a psychiatrist and a counselor and a police officer. He says that he's an 8th degree black belt. He said he's been in Rikers prison.
Those did not
Um,
believe that,
he's
but not
obsessed
the
with
rest.
talking about rectums and do not search Dr. Tongue on TikTok.
Ah.
So the other day, he actually put up an AI picture of him being in the hospital. It was an AI picture; it wasn't real, showing all his arms and legs all bandaged up as if they were broken. And he claimed he slipped. He had a note at the top saying he slipped on the ice, and he was currently in the hospital. And he just
What?
had this, yeah, and he just had this picture up. I'm going to post it on my YouTube. I'm a little behind with posting him, but he had this picture up, and then he was like breathing heavy in the background, like as if he was in the hospital on a ventilator. It was a picture that had him in a neck brace and everything. And then his green screen slipped, and you could
Oh.
see his apartment. He could see the wall, and you could see the top of his head, and that he was at home. He was not in the hospital. And people got in the box and were calling him out and laughing, because he was busted. He came back on again. He rage quit after a couple minutes because people were calling him out. Then he came back on again and was trying to say it again for about 15 minutes. And he was trying to convince people he was in the hospital. And then he came back on later and was just like, I don't know. He came back on camera from his house and just acted like everything was normal and that none of that had just happened. That he didn't just try to scam everybody for being in the hospital. So, but the main reason I wanted to kind of give an update about that too, why it's relevant, is because Farah, has been in here in the chat and she's been sending gifts and everything, so she's very, very present here in your live. She has been supporting him for a very long time. She is a mod for him.
Randall?
Yes, she has said that she loves him in his box and he loves her. She has sent him DoorDash almost every day. I have this all recorded. It's all on my YouTube. I promise. The one day, 3 days ago, she sent him DoorDash. And he's like, thank you, Farah, for the DoorDash. And he scarfs down this Big Mac and fries. And then he's like, Farah, where's my drink? The DoorDash driver didn't give me a drink. And people were saying, oh, maybe the driver forgot to give it to you, blah, blah, blah. And so he was very upset that he didn't get his drink and he was questioning Farah about it. Well, about 15, 20 minutes later, somebody came in the box and said, hey, I just got a message from Farah. She said that she's sending you a strawberry milkshake separately because you didn't get your drink with your order. 2 days ago, she sent him DoorDash twice. He got stuff at lunchtime and they were like, somebody got in the box and was like, oh, what are you having for lunch? And he said, oh, I got whatever it was, McDonald's from DoorDash. And she said, didn't you just have McDonald's this morning? And he was like, yup. And they said, so somebody bought you DoorDash twice today? He's like, yup, Farah bought me DoorDash twice today.
Farah.
And she sends him big gifts too. And he was supposed to have a talent show. And he said that she was going to be contributing for prizes for his talent show. That talent show never ended up happening. It was supposed to happen on Saturday. Nothing ever happened with it. I also have a clip where he says that he doesn't get any money, which is not true either. He gets money every month.
Yes, he does.
And He claims that he gets no money, and the only money that he gets is from people who donate to him from TikTok so that he can pay his rent and bills.
That's a
And somebody
lie.
questioned him and said, well, who is that? Who is paying your rent and bills? And he named off a couple of names, and Farrah was one of them. So it sounds like he is implying that she is helping him pay his bills, his monthly bills.
Farrah, we need to talk, baby girl, because I haven't covered Randall because he came from my exclusively black TikTok phase where we roasted him on a regular basis. He has always, I thought he was just a joke.
I
He
came across him when I had, prior to this account, I had a political platform. And I came across him then because he was getting criticized by a lot of people in that community that are involved in social justice, issues, right? And I was involved with that. And that's where I came across him. So there's a lot of people that, in that community that were going after him because he has said very disgusting things,
Yes, he
misogynist things.
has.
There have been allegations that he's exposed himself, but I haven't seen proof of that. But you should hear the song that he made the other day. Disgusting. The song is called I Want to Explode in You.
What?
And it's sexual in nature. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
played it on my live the other
Randall.
night.
I'm gonna have to go back. I was ignoring it because I was like, I'm not like Randall is like an old body to me. I had no idea. Randall.
He's
Mind you,
disgusting.
he tries to act like he is the pastor of all pastors. He literally would hold church on Sunday morning. But this was the thing. If you could refute what he said using the Bible, he didn't want you in his box.
Oh no, you get kicked out. And if you're a woman, he's really
Very
nasty to you, and he tells
disrespectful.
you to shut up. He has one woman in his box who calls him Lord. One of his mods calls him Lord every time she addresses him.
Oh
It's
well.
and he's selling he supposedly wrote all these books, but they're not really books, they're like little pamphlets, and he has them on Amazon. One of them is a quote unquote Bible that he wrote that's I think like 40 pages long, and he's selling it on Amazon for $300, he says.
It's not rage bait. He's ridiculous.
No,
No,
it's not.
listen. I'm going to talk to Farrah myself
Well,
because
I've brought it up in my live streams a couple of times already, and I've made videos. I have 2 videos on my page of different things of him saying and doing different things, and then proof of her sending him stuff. Yeah, and half the pages are blank. You're right, new. Yes. He says that half the pages in the Bible are blank so you can take notes. So they're just blank pages. Yeah, we know. I'm aware of that, Crafty. That's a separate issue because we're talking about, the scamming stuff right now. I'm not
that
sure if he has a past with children. I've heard that he exposed himself on TikTok, but I have not seen proof of that.
somebody just
And
said they
I
got
have
screenshots.
heard that he was involved with a minor and had a child with a minor or someone very young. I know he's gone online and he said that he's looking for a mate, and
Yes.
people have tried to set him up with people, and he is 63 years old, and he said that he wants anybody
Young.
18 and up.
Yep,
18 and up.
very young. And see, that's the Randall I remember. The Randall who was looking for a spouse, but he had all these godly requirements, but she really needed to be young. He didn't want anybody his age. He wanted somebody with life. Randall used to have a nurse.
He still does. He is a
So how
caretaker.
does he not have any income? Who's paying for the nurse? Be
Yeah,
for
he does.
Randall.
Yeah, he does. He lies about so much. But yeah, I definitely need to show you the where he's fake being in the hospital. Wait, let me see if I have a clip of it. Oh my god, it's so bad.
Randall.
He's such a phony. All right, hold on a second. Yeah, he is a mess.
New to the TikTok. Why you got a photo of Randall? He's a hot mess. I'm.
Here,
It's not funny. I am just.
can you big box me?
Yeah, of course.
I'm showing this from my iPad. Look, this was the AI picture he showed.
Really, Randall.
And then this is what happened. And it's less than a minute. So just
Go ahead. Go
humor
ahead.
me. Somebody got in the box and started laughing. And you can see the green screen slip then. Watch the screen.
Hey, Morgan. Oh, what's wrong?
You see the green screen slipping? Watch his box.
Yes.
Randall, I can't be on here very long, but I have a question. I saw a post. Can you hear me okay?
And his Alexa was going off. Oh, there's
Randall,
his
can you hear me?
there's his head.
Can y'all hear me?
I gotta go. I can't.
That is how we always treat him, like he was a big joke. Wow, Rand. I cannot believe this.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like he keeps faking all this stuff and he does it to try to get sympathy and to try to get people to send him stuff. He lies about so much stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, he was
I'm
busted.
heartbroken that
But yet
somebody
he
who
came back
follows
on
me.
after that with that same picture and was still trying to get away with it for like another 15 minutes. And then he just abandoned it and acted like that didn't even happen. And he went back live and was reading scriptures or something.
Yeah, that's what he does. He always covers his nonsense in the Bible because who's going to challenge somebody talking about the Bible?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if anybody questions it and says, "Hey, didn't you have a picture up, saying that you were in the hospital? What happened with that?" He'll be like, "People. We're not talking about that right now. That's not the topic of this live. Let's keep on
Right,
task, people." And he
right.
won't let people answer. And he says, "People, listen to what I'm saying to you. We need to stay on topic. That's not the topic."
That's right, beggars. And God, keep playing. Keep playing with God. He'll have something for you.
Mm-hmm. But sorry,
Well,
I
thank
don't know
you
what
for
happened to
that.
Farah, but I'm sorry, but I had to call her out because she's been stuff has been posted about it. I don't know how she would not be aware that he is a fake and a fraud, and she's enabling his horrible behaviors. I don't even want to play the song for you that he made. I'll
No.
post it on my YouTube, and
Okay.
it's from like 2 days ago.
I
So
definitely want to see it. Thank you very much. I'll talk to Farah.
thank you.
Oh, she's a loyal supporter of mine. And
Well, she's
so I
also a
want to
loyal
talk.
supporter of Dr. Randall B. Gillis,
Yeah,
as
we
well
gotta
as
talk.
some other unsavory people. So
Yes, I'm noticing. Well, thank you for coming up. I appreciate it.
thank you. I
Okay,
appreciate
guys,
it. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day.
you too. I am not going to keep my mods here any longer because I appreciate them. And I appreciate all of you. Um, Thank you for sticking around after my absence. I knew today was going to be a good one. I was not nowhere on my bingo card was Randall Gillis. That's for damn sure. I thank you all so much. Please hug your loved ones because tomorrow is not promised. And please spend some time doing some self-care. You're not doing it for anybody else, you're doing it for yourself. And when you're whole, you can be everything you need to be to everybody around you. I see it, Jody. It's okay. I'll talk to her. Harmony. Okay. I appreciate y'all continuing to look. Wait, let's see. Where are we at? Oh, Lord.
Someone was detected at your front door.
Oh, well, I don't have it. Hold on. So this song is dedicated to me and all of you. Echo, please play I'm Still Standing by Elton John. This is a classic.
Here's I'm Still Standing by Elton John on Amazon Music.
Everybody have a wonderful day and weekend. I'll see you Monday morning.